over the cancellation of the lease for its proposed new embassy in Canberra. The federal government has blocked construction on the premises near Parliament House, citing national security concerns. It's unknown if the High Court will agree to hear Moscow's case. ANU international law expert Professor Donald Rothwell says Russia may have a valid argument over compensation.
The new Commonwealth legislation was fairly conclusive in terms of absolutely cancelling the lease, and there's really no constitutional legal argument that could be raised about the validity of that. There is an issue in terms of the level of compensation that the Commonwealth needs to pay the Russians.
A senior Air Force officer will soon be responsible for leading the nation's response to major hacks and other digital threats. Air Vice Marshal Darren Goldie has been appointed Australia's inaugural Cyber Security Coordinator. Home Affairs Minister Claire O'Neill says he has extensive logistical experience.
Cyber incident response is not principally a technical problem, it's an operational problem. If you think about Medibank and Optus, the ones that I think our nation's most familiar with, a lot of the issues are very practical and operational. How do we replace the driver's licences of millions of Australians? How do we replace their passports?
The Coalition is welcoming the appointment but says it should have come much sooner. The number of COVID cases in South Australia has dropped again in the past week to just over 1,300. 12 deaths have been reported. 129 people with COVID are in hospital, including 8 in ICU. The president of the Titanic International Society has suggested it might be time to end manned expeditions to the wreck following this week's tragedy. The fate of the submersible we were following this week came to a watery end overnight. Debris located shows it suffered a catastrophic implosion, killing 5 people. When the implosion happened may never be known, but search crews will work to create a timeline with debris recovered. The director of the Titanic film, James Cameron, has told the BBC he would never have gone down in that vessel.
The standards are good. The certification process is good. The inspectors are good. The engineers who do the reviewing, they're all good. If your design is good and your company is doing things right, you'll pass. And I was very suspect of the technology that they were using. I wouldn't have gotten in that sub.
Following the success of the Andy Warhol exhibition comes Frida and Diego, Love and Revolution. It opens tomorrow at the Art Gallery of South Australia. It's an Australian exclusive and the first time any of Frida Kahlo's works has been seen in Adelaide since 1990. Now turning to 5AA sport, and Geelong's Jeremy Cameron has been discharged from hospital after being involved in a collision during last night's game. The Cats forward has been cleared of any initial concerns following further assessment. Cameron has entered the league's concussion protocols and will miss round 16. The Lions take on St Kilda in Melbourne tonight for round 15. The Crows will meet Collingwood on Sunday. To cricket, Australia will resume at 7 for 328 on day 2 of the Women's Ashes Test at Trent Bridge. And in Super Netball, the Adelaide Thunderbirds will travel to Sydney this weekend to take on the New South Wales Swifts in the major semi-final. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Worried about cheap insurance? Who offers great value cover you won't regret? Amy does. Before buying insurance issued by Amy, read the PDS and TMD at amy.com.au and consider whether it's right for you.
Afternoon at Elizabeth East, broken down truck there, Midway Road near Main North Road. Ethelton, crash, Bar Road near the golf course. And got another collision to look out for at Mile End, Rowey, tourist near St Donald Brabham Drive. Hawthorne Dean, urgent electricity work slowing things up there. Main Road near East Terrace with cameras at the Savo, Darley Road Paradise and Dunallen Road at Edwardstown. On a 4x4, Bob Jane T-Marts have a great deal till June 30, up to $150 instant cashback on select BFG tyres. Order online or call now. T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Showers this afternoon, windy with showers tomorrow, 15, and the same on Sunday before the showers ease Monday, 16. Right now it's 15 degrees. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
The Titanic tragedy. The experts on what went wrong. Swiftwater rescues in the hills amid our overnight rain bomb. Insurance companies busted, overcharging millions. How to get your refund. The clever gadgets for everyday tasks helping older South Australians stay in their own homes. And the new tool to help you buy Australian made. I'm Kate Collins. See the full story on 9 News tonight at 6.
The 5AA Sports Show. Rowey and Timmy G.
Welcome to Friday, 7 minutes after 4. All thanks to Rusden Wines in the Barossa Valley, home of the Blackgut Shiraz. Go to rusdenwines.com.au. It is Footy Friday as we're heading to round 15. Stephen Rowey and Tim Ginnivan.
Yeah, thank you, Sam. Round 15. Sadly, Geelong kept their season alive. Porter having a well-earned
What about
break.
for all the Cats fans out
That's
there?
all right. They're banged up. The Crows take on Collingwood on the G, and I'm really confident that Sunday we'll be calling it wind and rain ahead this weekend. Timmy G, welcome.
Thank you very much, Stephen. I'm glad you're up and about for
Well,
the
I am.
Collingwood game.
I'm always up about Fridays.
Well, yeah, I like that because it's Rusden's Footy Friday, and I know that we love the Rusden's product.
The old black guts.
But it's just interesting. Most of my Crows mates, and talking to Will and Pembo this morning, there's not a lot of belief. Not a lot of belief that they can beat Collingwood, but I'm the opposite. I'm a bit bullish.
I've got belief.
I know you have. I know
I've
you
got
have.
belief. We'll get to that. I want to start off with how did the sneakers and denim jeans poll go? Because I've got a sneaky feeling
It's not
you
over.
dropped under 50%.
At one stage, it was 65%. my
Yeah,
way.
but then it dropped because I did a bit of a ring around
I knew you would.
to my daughter's friends that hate it.
Yeah, even my daughter voted against me.
Oh, no.
Yes,
Anyway, well
it's been
done.
a good little poll. Let
Oh,
me tell you.
jeez.
So
Now-
it's currently at 66, and you've backed it up today. You're wearing them again.
I will not give in.
For those that don't know, there's a term for middle-aged men
Yes.
that wear jeans and sneakers, and it's called what?
Sneens.
Sneens. And yesterday, at the corner of my eye, I saw Timmy walk into our little booth here, our, what do you call this,
Studio.
the broadcasting studio, and
Guilty
he
as
had
charged.
jeans and sneakers, and I was appalled.
You were.
How can a 7-time great, my partner in crime that sits next to me, not even one shoulder length apart, wear jeans and sneakers?
Coming from
well,
Stephen Versace himself.
yeah. Oh, well, I've got a classy wife, so I can get away with it.
right.
I'm a pig, but she's beautiful.
So she's
And
carrying
when we-
that half.
That's what I
is
mean.
she?
But then when we
Right,
walk
okay.
together,
Yeah, it's
I can
sort
sort
of,
I'm classy. Look who I'm with.
when you walk together, you're in that VB ad.
That's true. Hey, if we're protecting the head at all costs, what's the difference between your opponent knocking you out or your teammate? Now, Geelong's Gary Rowan ran to his teammate, Jeremy Cameron, and knocked him absolutely clean out.
There's an injury in the middle of the ground. Jeremy Cameron is the player.
It was a big collision, guys. I heard it down here on ground level, and he has not moved from that position. And they knew straight away it was bad. They're calling for the stretcher, and as I said, he hasn't moved. But it's not looking good for Jeremy Cameron down here.
Thanks to Channel 7, it was a 9-minute delay, and it took Channel 7 9 minutes to find out who hit what, where and when. Plays into what I've been saying for years. Accidents happen on a footy field, and the game needs to cater for it. Now, I'm 100% behind 3AW's Tim Lane. We love Tim Lane. He's our sister station over there. Here's his quote. If so-called friendly fire isn't made punishable, it must now provide overwhelming evidence for the defence at some tribunal cases. Over to you, AFL. Now, he won't get cited, nor should he.
No.
But if it's protection at all costs, and I've got a...
What it's done is proven your point.
careless conduct. It comes under careless conduct.
That actually, accidents can happen.
Of course they do.
And there was no, obviously, deliberate attempt there to knock your own teammate out. But
And Sicily's tackle, there was no deliberate...
No.
That's what I'm saying.
Tom Jonas holding the ball.
And got a free kick. This will get people off. It has to. I'd be reverting back to it if I was a King's Council or a Queen's Council or any council.
City Council.
The game has to cater for accidents and footy collisions. So, people that listen and know they've listened to me for years. I've been saying it for years, but it falls on deaf ears. Here's the case. And here's Jezza. Got a bit of a headache today.
Feeling a lot better than I did last night. Thanks for everyone's messages of support. I appreciate that. Just starting to feel a lot better because we've lit up the Bonnie and we've got out the new whip, 1965 Land Rover. Happy days, eh?
He is a lovely... I've spoken to him a couple of times on the fishing show, once with Ned. He is a soul-to-the-earth country lad.
I said to Jade in the promo, I said, is he still concussed?
No, but it was a video. He has got a 1965 Land Rover.
It's a beauty.
And that's the year I was born.
It was the one with the roof cut off, wasn't it? Yeah.
Oh, God.
It's a very impressive
Have
vehicle.
you say about that? Now, we're closing in on 24 hours since that incident, not one word from AFL House.
No.
Which is what, and we got Jimmy Bartell on again. We want him to be the next AFL GM of football.
Because he's good.
Hello, GM of football, hello.
Oh, yeah. That's what we're getting at the moment.
Well, again, don't you think you need clarity on it?
I can't see one being appointed this season.
But getting back to that, zip, zero, nada, nothing. This is what I've heard from AFL.
Zero.
Again, no,
like
this
that.
is...
Yeah. No, what it will... I think Tim Lane...
Can you hear that crunchy?
Yes, I can. Tim Lane, it's actually quite annoying.
Sorry.
I think Tim Lane's on the money. I think what's going to happen is...
100%.
They're going to use this in a defence and say, look, collisions can happen accidentally, and it just happens to be an opposition, not teammate, but it's the same thing. Accidents happen.
This is from the AFL. I read, careless conduct. Each player owes a duty of care to all other players, including your own, umpires and other persons, not to engage in conduct which will constitute a reportable offence being committed against the other player, umpire and or other persons. Further, a player will be careless if they breach their duty to take responsible care to avoid acts which can reasonably be foreseen to result in a reportable offence. Gary Rowan's approach to that contest was careless. If it wasn't careless, it was stupid. And if it wasn't stupid, it was probably the dumbest thing I've seen on a footy field, and I'm 57. Take that up with Jimmy Bartell.
Yeah, good call. Good call.
Can we stop scrunching paper?
Yeah, the unique home-style foods text is going off too, mate.
What?
You got it in the bin? Good.
Yeah.
That's 2 missed.
Yeah,
0 from 2.
Gary, just asking if it had been a Melbourne player, how many games would he be looking at? And I think he's right with that.
It'd be 3 or 4 weeks.
Scenario.
It'd be a month.
Straight to tribunal, I reckon.
It would be.
It would have been.
So how ridiculous is that?
I sort of half joked about it with Willem Pembo this morning, saying it's gone straight past MRO to the tribunal. He's got 6 weeks because it was careless, reckless, and left him legless.
Yeah.
And
but
it
did.
You're half joking, but luckily Jeremy's okay. But the point is that what would have happened had it been
that
the
was
opposition
someone
player?
else, that is 3-4 weeks. Another text here. Shut up, Row. You wear lycra. No, I don't. I wore it for 1 season, but everyone else did. If you haven't a crack at me, you clown. Macca wore it as well.
Well, two years, wasn't it? The contract, wasn't it?
Oh, God.
You're also a cyclist now, aren't you? Ride to Rusden.
Oh, that's
well
true.
Done, Well done, Craigie. The man for a crisis made us wear lycra and the laughing stock of the sample for 2 years. Crows have Collingwood at the MCG this Sunday, 12:40. They go in unchanged off the bye, and a 122-point win. Haven't won at the MCG for 6 years. They've lost the last 6 there. Here's Tom Duday on 5AA Brekkie with our team, David and Will.
I feel like there's a confidence amongst the boys that on whatever deck it is, if we play that sort of game, which is our brand, that we can get it done.
Well, if ever, Timmy G, there was a chance to beat the Pies, it's this Sunday. Thilthorpe takes care of Moore. Keys puts Dacos to bed. There's no DeGoey. Pendlebury's over the hill. Billy Frampton's in the team. Couldn't even make our Crows team last year. Tex is off 10. The Young Guns have re-signed. I am quietly confident.
Uh-oh.
No, don't. Don't make me... I'm not pushing that.
Can he?
Oh, Tim's trying to get me to play.
Feel it?
He
No,
can't
Timmy,
feel it,
do
can
not.
he?
It's not your song, and I'm not pushing it.
It's not, but...
I just said I'm quietly confident.
You would just...
No,
Oh, there's an undertone.
Get on the Foodland live stream. That was not me.
Wasn't you, I'll give you that. But look, I know...
Timmy, that was not me.
At least you're bullish. I like where you're going with those matchups. I think with Brodie Smith, we might have a chat to him about it.
We'll do that at depth.
The only thing for me was, I reckon they could learn something from the Port Adelaide v Geelong game, where it was actually a small McEntee that took Tom Stewart out of those marking contests. So they might not have to sacrifice Thilthorpe. They might be able to use a Murphy type.
All right.
So, I just want to chuck it around.
Okay. Yeah, I don't mind
in
that.
the what-if meeting.
I think you threw that one in so that we lose. Because that is the worst football suggestion I've ever heard in the history of this 5AA sports show.
We're doing a lot of firsts here.
You were trying to railroad my...
Yes, all right.
Porter back from their break. They had a big training session coming up. I think on tomorrow they're going to have a bit of a little hit out.
Main session tomorrow.
Well, thanks to Channel 9, here's Tom Jonas, Port's captain, languishing in the sample, but he's very optimistic.
I got to stay prepared if something went wrong at training, but at this stage, obviously 11 on the trot, I probably can't see myself forcing my way in.
And I've been this man, when you're on the list where the coach says stay prepared, and Cornsey did that many a time, you're no chance. You're 1 out, 9 back.
Yeah, but I've seen stranger things happen.
I have too. And if ever there was a bloke that's going to fight his way back, it's him. He'll find a way.
Yeah, I think
TJ,
so too.
don't worry about that.
Hey, we got a bit of a sledging on the unique homestyle foods text. Tim and Stephen, the Cats proved you all wrong last night. Both you two and Robbo all wrote Geelong off. What a superb last quarter.
Yeah, we did.
Dazza, I agree with you.
Yeah. Can I just do one more before we go to the break? Lines available, 822 300 Matty Hayden, Haydos, mate of show. He's been in here. Well, he has been.
He's a bit of... Have you looked after him?
Well, he's a fisherman. I've sent him a lot of Rusden Black Guts over the years.
Did you do that? Good.
Friend of show, a cricket commentator. He had a crack. A huge crack at my mate, Ollie Robinson. Who's Ollie Robinson? He's the bloke that kicks off the side screen and trundles in at about 120.
And look, the other bloke, he's a forgettable cricketer. The fast bowler that's bowling 124, nude nuts.
Who's that? Ollie Robinson.
Got a mouth.
Ollie Robinson.
He's got a mouth from the south. And look, someone like him, you could just go, brother, I'm coming at you. Like Davey Warner can do that, right? He can just say, hey, you're bowling 120 Ks.
Forgettable cricketer who bowls nude nuts. That's what I'd call pies.
He's from an era of good sledging.
Do you know he's ranked 6th on the ICC thing? Yeah, well, I reckon he slipped a bit now.
Remember Ryan Harris? He said, "Did you just hear my jaw drop?"
Yeah. No, he is. Google it. He's 6.
I know.
So what is it? They come off playing Bangladesh, I don't know, Ireland.
Sometimes that can happen a little bit, but it normally sorts itself out in the wash. But look, the good thing is hopefully they keep him in for the second test.
Okay. Hey, let's go to our callers after the break. I love Fridays. Let's have some fun.
It's a good fun Friday. It is Footy Friday, and it's all thanks to Rusden. So it's time to get you involved. 8223 0000. $50 Powers voucher tonight before 6 o'clock. We will give that away for the best interaction on the show. We have Brodie Smith on the program. Warren Treadray's in the studio with us. Jimmy Bartell's going to jump on the phone, and Terry McAuliffe with some tips for the weekend. It's 19 after 4. Give us a buzz.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show. 5AA, Adelaide's #1 station for sport. Thanks to Rossdale Homes, home of the absolute fixed price contract. No builder's variations, no nasty surprises.
Southgate GWM is overstocked and all vehicles must be cleared. All models, all colours, priced to clear. Make an offer. Don't buy anything until you speak to Southgate GWM. Just 25 minutes from the CBD. Only at Southgate GWM. LVD 152780.
Today's the day. It's the $1 Million Friday Frenzy. 20 people will win $50,000 just for getting tickets in the Hospital Research Foundation Home Lottery by midnight tonight. That's right, 20 winners, 50 grand each. How would that change your weekend? Plus, your tickets stay in to win the Scott Salisbury Homes grand prize worth over $4 million. Don't miss out. Join the frenzy and get full lottery details at homelottery.com.au. Licence M14364.
As we all know, SA is going through a housing crisis right now, but McGain Real Estate really want to help. If you're a landlord looking to sell your property, but you're feeling a bit guilty about disrupting an awesome tenant, McGain have landlords ready to purchase your property and keep that tenant in place. The team at McGain have hundreds of landlords ready to buy investment properties, so there's no need to stress about asking the tenant to move out or waiting for the lease to end. Visit mcgain.com.au.
The federal government wants to introduce a new law called Same Job, Same Pay. It doesn't mean equal pay for men and women. It means if you work hard because you want better pay, by law, you can't be paid any more than someone who barely works at all. Let's find a better way, because Same Job, Same Pay takes your reward for your hard work away. Go to findabetterway.com.au. Authorised by T. Constable, Minerals Council of Australia, Canberra.
Come along and feel the warmth of an FIVEAA retirement community and discover a special sense of belonging many residents say you'll feel right away. Share your passions and interests with like-minded people. Discover new friendships and live life to the fullest, all in the safety and comfort of a place that's more than just your home. It's your community. With 15 retirement communities across Adelaide, there's sure to be one you're warm to. Search FIVEAA First Step to book your discovery tour today.
Australia, now is the best time to enjoy Aussie fresh fruit and veg.
And right now, 100% Aussie broccoli at just $3 a kilo. Just $3.
This week at Coles.
Offer ends Tuesday.
Let's face it, there's nothing special about a night in with chips. Nothing special about crisp, golden potato. The warmth, the smell. Nothing special about the salt, the sauce, the sound. Eating off the tray. Dropping the tray. The 5-second rule. Having the last chip and nobly giving it away. Nothing special about McCain pub-style chips. Beg to differ.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
It's 22 minutes after 4 on your Footy Friday. We'll get to your calls in just a moment. Lots of texts coming in on the unique Homestyle Foods text line. We know they've been proudly baking for hundreds of SA businesses, large and small, for 35 years. We'll get to your calls in a moment, but here's the traffic.
And Elizabeth East, look out for a broken down truck Midway Road near Main North Road. Effleton crashed there, Bar Road near the golf course, and Mile End another collision. Railway Terrace near St Donald Brabham Drive. Busy right now, Main North Road to Grand Junction Road with cameras Edward Street, Door Park and Finnis Streets at Marion. Aussie owned, the Lottery Office has a massive $471 million up for grabs in the USA Mega Lotto. Visit lotteryoffice.com.au now before it's gone. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Unique Homestyle Foods text, there's a few fighting words here. Hey, the reason the Crows can't win away is because their players sleep with the light on. Okay.
Whoa.
Here's another one. Row. I bet your house rental that Collingwood win. Well, I can't bet something I don't own.
No, that's a good point. Well, it's probably a safe bet then for you.
Hello, Matt.
G'day, Stephen. Tim, how are you?
Good, buddy.
Tim, you're an absolute legend. Rowey, you're a decent bloke. Mate, you called out Pendles, mate.
Hang on, Matt.
Is that a level
no,
below?
keep going. Fair call. Come on.
Sound all right.
Keep going.
Mate, you called out Scott Pendlebury gunnies over the hill.
Yeah.
Mate, have you actually watched the Collingwood game this year, Stephen, or...?
Well, I have. I watched them closely. Look,
really?
Probably a tongue-in-cheek. I'll tell you this. He's kicked 3 goals, 1 for the year, I reckon. He's averaging 14 possessions per game, where he averages over his career over 26 and a goal a game. He is... Matt, look at it. Let's look at the raw stats. He is way down. In actual fact, his output is less than half of previous seasons.
Yeah, from rolling out of the back line, whereas previously played in middle, Stephen. So you'd still be pretty happy with the 14, and what he does with that 14 possessions, as you say...
I'd agree with that.
Is bloody good, mate. And, mate, I just can't cop that. Anyone having a go at Scott, like, he's an absolute champion.
He is.
Yeah, it's an absolute champion. I heard that, and I'm like, no, mate. Long time listener, first time caller, mate. And I'm like, yeah, no, mate, you can't be bagging, Pendles. Absolute.
Thanks for ringing, Matt, because I agree with you. I think.
Can we give him anything, Matt? Have we got anything?
Yeah, of course.
Pals voucher.
Yep.
Matt, you'll enjoy that. He's played, 370-odd games. He's done everything in the game. He is an absolute legend.
He's still, with ball in hand, looks like everybody else is going past him, and he just uses it beautifully. You know what? Brisbane got Luke Hutch to play that role off half-back for 2 seasons to get those boys up to speed, and he did a marvellous job at it. Pendles is already at home. He's doing that job already.
Now, the Foodland live stream, you'll see Sam, because he's our fact checker. He's held up his
laptop
computer, his leader computer, laptop computer.
Pendlebury averages 23.1 disposals.
Okay. Well, he's held that up. So to our previous caller,
Matt.
Now, numbnuts, you. Sam, I'm talking to you with a little computer there.
No apology for Matt.
Did I or did I not say to you, get on your computer and divide 12 into 277? Because on the AFL tables, he's had 277 disposals.
I'll pick you up here because you'd said 177 to me, so you've got...
You absolute clown.
Come on, Rowey.
I said divide 12 into 277, and you said, Rowey, it's 14.
While you two argue about that, I'm going to have a chat to James. G'day, James. How are you?
No, he's trying to
put 177
you
here.
Absolute
Good,
clown.
Good, mate. What's going on, James?
I just got a question.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
fair call.
With the Crows coming to the Beberton,
Yes.
look, the people in Torrensville that are against it, I live in Torrensville, there's 5,000 people that started a petition. There's one person started a petition that got 5,000 autographs. There's not the one thing that I can say now, there's not 5,000 people in Torrensville, and I'm one of them in Torrensville. The Crows need to come to Torrensville. I'm growing up in Torrensville, going to the King's Reserve there. You can't go there anymore. It's just full of syringes and everything there. It's bad. It needs a big change. You don't ever see more than 2 to 3 people there at a time. I don't know, what sort of strategies are there to bring it happen, the work with the community? Are there any strategies that can make it happen?
Well, James, the club's doing that, led beautifully by the chairman and the CEO and Tim Silvers. They've got to be consultative. Is that a word? They've got to
that's correct.
Which they're doing.
That's right.
Personally, if I was in the chair, I'd be a bit more bully boy. I'd have had it through. I would have just said, I'm sick of you clowns from 5031 and all you professional do-gooders that protest and glue yourself to roads and the whatnot. Get this damn thing through. It's called progress. It's called development. And it's going to be great for Torrensville. It's going to be great for FIVEAA, great for that region. And the longer it goes, the more it's going to cost. And I've led to believe that's $1 million a month. Now, it's going to come a point, James, where it's going to tip over where you throw good money after bad. And I think they just need to grow a set down there and just have a fair crack at it. And I've had enough.
We still haven't heard any more, so not sure when the next step is. But
no, well, we know that. There's one more consultation that comes through where they present their last plans. They've moved it here, they've moved it there, they've shrunk it, they've saved this tree, that tree, this tree.
Maybe
they've moved to the other side, they've then moved it back. Bugger them!
Maybe post that, then...
No, bugger them. Bugger them. And if anyone's from FIVEAA from 5031, get on the blower and tell me I'm wrong.
Right, you two can go outside and have that discussion. Take Sam with you over that dividing of that number.
We'll have to take a calculator. 28 after 4. Brody Smith's waiting in the wings. He's going to be in here next.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G. 5AA Breakfast.
You know what was really bad yesterday morning? The crash at St Aloysius in the city. They need to get a better system for school pick-up and drop-off in the CBD. School drop-off can be absolute Rafferty's rules.
Informing Adelaide.
It's different for parents and kids and teachers in suburban schools where you've got wider streets, less traffic, you've often got better visibility. I don't know, there needs to be a proper look at city driving.
6 a.m. weekdays on 5AA.
Ray White, big name in real estate, but also the biggest name in business broking. What makes us big? Our people, like Brett Buckley and his team. MBA, lecturer, and multi-time SA Business Broker of the Year. Brett doesn't just read a P&L, he feels it. If you're selling or expanding your business, Brett can take your business apart and find you more money. And we're not talking small change. Go on, touch base with Brett. Search Ray White Business Sales SA.
5AA's Tech Talk with your host, Adelaide Tech Guy Richard Pascoe. Thanks to Harvey Norman Computers.
We all want more time to do the things that really matter. Fortunately, Harvey Norman, your premium Optus dealer, has a great offer that will give you more time, literally. Right now, you can pick up the Samsung Galaxy S23 with 128 gigs and 5G for $0 up front when you connect to a new Optus $69 per month SIM-only plan for 24 months. And the real kicker is you'll receive a bonus Galaxy Watch 5 LTE via redemption. This watch is great for sleep tracking, health and wellness monitoring, plus it has a 13% longer lasting battery for everyday use. What a great bonus. This amazing offer ends July 3rd. Minimum cost $1,656, not available with other offers, in-store only, cancellation fees, terms and conditions apply.
Check out this great offer at a Harvey Norman store near you.
I'm Kathy Nagel, the Chief Executive of Western Hospital, Henley Beach. Cardiovascular disease is the highest killer of women in Australia. So don't ignore the signs. Reach out to your GP to refer you to our cardiovascular specialists. Many of the tests towards diagnosis and all the treatment options are available here at Western Hospital, all under the one roof at our healthcare hub. Your health is our priority. Challenge yourself to take the first step. To find out more about our cardiovascular services, visit westernhospital.com.au.
Are you ready for this? Let's go. Mawson Lakes Mazda's end of financial year clearance sale is on now. And we're talking great deals right across the entire range of Mazdas. You'll find plenty of new Mazdas in stock, all models and colours to suit your style, or drive away in a low-K demo. And they're available for immediate delivery. Get ready and go to Mawson Lakes Mazda's end of financial year clearance sale. Just a short drive from the city.
This is Adelaide's 5AA.
Good afternoon, Mel Usher with the latest news headlines. A driver has been arrested after his bus full of interstate school kids ran off the Augusta Highway this morning. The 53-year-old was charged with driving without due care and driving a heavy vehicle while fatigued. The federal government says it's not surprised Russia is challenging the cancellation of its lease for a new embassy. At least 4 people are dead after a tornado hit a small town in Texas. And in sport, round 15 in the footy heads to Marvel Stadium tonight. It's the Saints v the Lions. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Worried about cheap insurance? Who offers great value cover you won't regret? Amy does. Before buying insurance issued by Amy, read the PDS and TMD at amy.com.au and consider whether it's right for you.
And Elizabeth East, a broken down truck there, Midway Road near Main North Road. Effleton crashed there, Bar Road near the golf course, and Mile End another crash, Rowey Terrace near St Donald Brabham Drive. Busy at the moment, Grange Road at Crittenden Road with cameras on the drive home today, Fosters Road, Hillcrest and Gloucester Avenue at Belair. On a 4x4, for 1 week only, Bob Jane T-Marts are offering 30% off select Monster off-road wheels. That's right, 30% off. Order online or call now. T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA forecast, mostly clear tonight down to 10. Showers increasing tomorrow 15. Right now it's 14 degrees. We'll have more news at 5 and as it happens on 5AA.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
27 minutes to 5. Warren Tredreau is going to join us after 5 o'clock and Jimmy Bartell from 5:30. But in the studio right now, as the Crows team drops for this Sunday, is Brodie Smith. If you need something delivered for your business, don't risk it. Ace it with Ace It Couriers.
Brodie Smith, that was terrific.
That's what B. Smith can do. Brodie Smith, what a magnificent goal.
Brodie Smith on the 5AA Sports Show.
In the studio, we're blessed.
Yeah.
They're too loud for B. Smith. Turn them down. He's pulling a face. There's a button there that says down or up, B. Smith.
Nah.
Is that all right?
Oh, we're doing live technical support here on the show for those who can't see.
Is that better?
Nah.
Oh, you can't hear anything?
Take the headphones off.
Eardrums are gone now. No, I'm good. There we go.
Okay,
I'm back. Yep. Comfortable. Sorry.
How's your week been?
It's a Friday. I'm thrown.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's good. No, it's been good. Main session yesterday was horrendous. The worst conditions I've ever trained in.
I was going to ask about that.
Freezing
it was
cold,
a
wind.
day.
It was a contest day, so that was good. We just got to hit bodies, and I think I had one handball for the day, so that was it was a good one. But
so like a game.
Yeah. There was no kicks.
Match sim.
But no, it's been good. But we were pretty happy to get off the deck yesterday.
Used to be called Arctic Park. Is it still Arctic Park?
Arctic Park. Yeah. Well, yesterday felt like it.
Can you
was
remember it being called Arctic
cold.
Park?
Nah.
Did you ever play at Footy Park?
Yeah. My first 3 years were there.
Well, there you go.
But now with no grandstand, it's worse than before.
Is it?
So yeah, it wasn't nice out there yesterday.
Is there a lot of grass so there's no sand blowing in your face and you lose your...
Yeah, the sand and dust is gone, thankfully. So most of it in the car park there's we've gotten rid of that, so you can actually wash your car and it's not dirty again the next day. So that's been good.
Now apparently there's a lot of Adelaide people getting in their Hedy Lamars or getting the train.
I'll call
or
it the
tram
G-train.
Or bus, the G-train, and they're getting off to the MCG. Thank you, because the team at Rusden are going, Christian and the team. And I asked B. Smith about 3 weeks ago, could he organise some tickets? Anyway, here's where it taken up. Chase Jones came
Chase Jones has come through, yep.
So I've got a bottle of Rusden Blackguts for him. And I'll give you one as well.
Friend of show.
Okay, well, I'm not sure Chase is old enough to drink one yet. I think he's still on the seltzers and that sort of stuff. So I'll see if he wants it, but if not, I'll,
well, you
I'll
tell
take
him,
both.
thank you for me. I know we should have done that off air, but it's just nice to...
Yeah, no.
You know, if you ever want any tickets, ring B. Smith. He's little
ticket
nickname
man.
is Ticketek.
Seems like you're doing all your personal business at the moment on air.
Now you're going through unchanged.
Yep, unchanged. Yep, which is good. I guess coming off a 20-goal win and a bye, you should go in again unchanged. So
I agree.
Yeah, boys going well. So hopefully we can take it to the G and take on the Pies.
Now sitting in that exact seat for unique homestyle foods is Scotty Campriali. We call it Coach's Corner. I love his brain. I love working with him. He's our special comments man. He floated or suggested or demanded that we, our club, your coaches, put Thilthorpe on more.
I was going to say, don't say Smith in the middle after he left me out of there all those years, but Thilthorpe...
What if he did? Put Smithy in the middle.
Filthy.
This is the week.
Filthy. Thilthorpe to more. That's not a bad call.
I don't mind it. Is that what's happening? You've been in the team meeting?
That would be a forward thing that I actually wouldn't be in the loop with until tomorrow. So tomorrow we'll actually do a lot more of what's going on in the game. But we certainly have had a look at the Collingwood defence, and obviously the interceptors in Moore and Howe's back this week as well. So two very good intercept players. So there'll certainly be an accountability to them, whether it's trying to, I guess, use their man when they're dropping off, or actually putting someone to them and making them fly with them. So we'll see what we do there.
Yeah, defending the defenders is a big part of AFL now, isn't it? And I was saying to
Rowey...
Rowey...
Nick Dacos kicks out from every point, then change it all the way to
but
the
he links
forward
up,
line.
yeah.
If he wins a Brownlow for that, I'd spew up.
Yeah, well, it hasn't happened yet, but he may go close. But I was thinking about, I was so Rowey, there was probably a lesson there last time Port Adelaide played against Geelong. They used McEntee just to make sure that Tom Stewart couldn't get a run at the ball. And even though it's a sacrificial role, but he did it really well. And you'd stop the likes of a Darcy Moore or Jeremy Howe being able to always take that intercept mark.
Yeah, it's certainly something that you can look at doing. And
so you don't have to sacrifice Thilthorpe, is what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's right. And because intercept players can cut you up, but we do like to have a forward sort of around the stoppage. And then obviously with Dacos, we had the role last time we played them where Keezy was there from half forward. So if we've sort of got that higher, and then if Keezy does the job again, and then another forward, you're sort of using three there to try and counteract them. I'm not sure whether we'll do all three, because you still want to have some forwards to look forward to and use them on the lead and those sort of things. But certainly something we need to look out for.
Well, you've just about confirmed one of the unique Homestyle Foods texts that came in just saying, will Nick use the same tactics on Dacos that he used 7 weeks ago? Sounds like you're going to.
I don't know for sure. I'm not giving away any game plan there, but it certainly worked last time. Sounds like it did, but it certainly worked last time. And even when he moved around the ground, we had certain roles for him there, and he's still in terrific form. So,
he's a wonderful footballer. The MCG haven't won there for your last 6 outings. It's the one team, I think there's 3 actually, in fact, that Nixie's never beaten. One of them's Collingwood. It's the MCG. You don't play well away. What preparation and talk has gone into that? You need to start winning away.
Yeah, we've put some work into it. Just talking, even right down to the basics of your routine when you go away compared to being at home, and you get the buffet feed in the hotels on the way trip, so it's don't have 3 serves when you'd have 1 serve at home. Those little things. And
really?
For the young boys.
So who are the pigs at the buffet?
Oh, there's all of them. They're all young. They're all young blokes that train all day, and they see a free feed and they just light up.
I'm 57. I still do that.
So little things like that, and
fill your pockets
not
up
going
with
to each other's rooms, and So having an early night, having a normal sleep, take a pillow if you need to, your own pillow if that's going to help you sleep. All the little things. But we're actually training at the G tomorrow, which is pretty rare. So good opportunity, because a lot of our guys haven't seen the MCG at all. So. We're going through the back line yesterday. I think our back line's career games doesn't match what Collingwood have done this year. So they've seen the G a lot more than we have.
That is a big disadvantage.
Oh, it's a big advantage.
How different is that oval to play?
It is different, yeah. It's dimensions, obviously. It's a lot wider. There's a lot more pockets of space. And then just being inside that Coliseum and the massive stadium, it'll definitely be an eye-opener for a few of the boys on Sunday.
Okay. Billy Frampton will go on the ruck. Will he play? Couldn't make our team, but now he stars for Collingwood.
Well,
he just got admitted, did he?
So Collingwood's team has been dropped. Frampton's out. McCreary's out. McInnes is out. Howe is back into the team with Elliott. So Frampton misses out.
Okay. Just on Howe, I read an article or heard him on the news. He broke it in 4 places, his arm. Yeah. He still can't feel his fingers. On the end of his fingers, he cannot feel the football or anything.
That can't be good.
No.
No.
Gee, that's a massive comeback then, isn't it?
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, is it on his kicking hand?
I think it was actually his left.
Yeah. But isn't that an amazing? Oh God!
The damage. He must have done some severe damage there.
I broke my little finger that many times that I can't feel the tip of it. But I mean, imagine all your fingers not feeling the tips of it.
That wouldn't be fun. But he's a freak, so I don't think it'll bother him.
No.
He can sit on people's heads.
I'll go up the other end of the ground, which you'll be floating around in. Collingwood's forward line is quite different. It's not as tall as others. Sometimes they'll throw Cox down there, which will definitely put the average height up. But you've got the likes of a Bobby Hill, Jamie Elliott, Adams, Myercheck, who's sort of that medium type forward. Who does Max Michelani get?
Well, he did Jamie Elliott last time, and he's a very dangerous forward.
Yes.
And he's probably their smallest forward. Oh, Bobby Hill would be the smallest, but Jamie plays as a tool with his marking ability. So probably suits Max perfectly, even Josh Worrell. So they'll probably rotate there where you need to beat him aerially, even though he is that smaller type, and then obviously get him done on the deck. But
so Josh can handle those type.
Yeah,
roles,
Josh can do
players?
both for sure, and Maxie's shown that he can do that as well. But yeah, you need to watch Bobby Hill and Hoskin Elliott, these boys on the deck, and then you got Myercheck and Ash Johnson flying for the footy. So it is, there's a lot that you need to look out for.
A lot of aerial power there. You guys, describe how you controlled them early last time. What was it that you were doing that was absolutely putting you in control of the game besides the scoreboard?
We just put pressure on them. I think that's sort of what you got to do with Collingwood. The contested ball is big for them, and the Lights get a lot of numbers to the footy. So if you can put pressure on them there and then beat them on the outside, I think that's where we got them last time. And I think we were 3 goals 10 at one stage last time we played them. So if we take a few chances, we probably win that game. So we'd be looking at this again, just get at them and try and use the footy on the outside.
Would have won by 5.
It would have been nice.
We had Nixie on yesterday. I know you can only worry about your own backyard, but if you have a look at a game that's on the same weekend, Essendon and Fremantle. So, Essendon can go that one game ahead further, or they could drop back and you can go further ahead. Is the top 8 firmly in your sights, and from here, if you don't make it, it's a failure? Have you changed your mindset to that as a group?
We had a chat during the week that we're going up to finals. We've put ourselves in a really good position where after 13 games we're in the 8. So if you told me that at the start of the year, I certainly would have taken it. And we've had a good season to start. And
bloody oath.
Now it's right there for us to, I guess, be a mature group and go after the 8, seeing as we're in there. But we've also talked about not trying to look at the teams around us, just stick to what we're doing and win more than we lose. But yeah, I can't lie. I looked at Geelong winning last night and went, oh.
Of course you do.
Here they come.
Because finals is everything. We're getting to the point where you start dreaming about that and start playing like you're going to. There's a Twitter handle called Sir Swamp Thing. He's a statistician. He's an absolute good stats man. Did you read the one he posted this week?
No, I haven't seen it.
That if the season stopped of every game at 3/4 time, so the game stopped at 3/4 time, and the games you played 2 today, and you looked at the ladder, where would the Crows be? 3rd.
Really?
You'd be 3rd. So what in God's name are you doing in the last quarter, B. Smith?
Well, it was really only 2 games.
Third.
If you isolate it, it was just GWS and Collingwood.
That's right.
Oh, yeah, GWS.
Yeah, it's just those 2.
You'd be 3rd.
That's annoying.
Yeah.
I don't know.
If butts and handy nuts, as they say, move on.
He said, can we change that?
Yeah, Nixie said, well, can you change it? No, of course you can't. So my question on the back of that is, it can't be fitness. Is it because you just got a young group?
Potentially. I suppose something we have looked at again is scenarios in games, and if we are in a position where we're 2 or 3 goals up, do we go into our shells and try and save the game rather than continue on doing what we were doing and trying to win the game? And that's probably been a scenario a couple of times where we've cost ourselves. And
so what's the answer?
Well, just play the footy we've been playing for 3 quarters. Don't be safe in the last and go into our shells and not take on kicks that we were taking on. And
so keep attacking.
Just keep attacking and being ourselves.
It gets back to that Scott Camporeale line that he used last time when they won. Be brave.
Be brave.
Be brave.
Just keep
That's
being
probably
brave.
Absolutely.
There you go.
Now, we've had a good off-season as far as the bye because your list management team are handing out long contracts like lollies. And I saw you walk past our lolly thing and get a handful.
Yeah, I've been banging on Reedy's door. You're handing them out.
So you're on till the end of next year, aren't you?
I am, yeah.
You were holding the door.
Yeah,
let them in.
Yeah. But in seriousness, how good is that when you get the talent of Max and Chasey and Saligo, Rochelle? I mean, God, till 2029.
Yeah, it's awesome. They're all very good for us, but especially I think the Rochelle and Saligo, big signings. Victorian boys, they're loving being in SA, they're loving the footy club, and I guess the club's showed them faith and they've returned it and said that we want to be here and be a part of something special. So yeah, huge for the group. And as I said, the other three boys, Chase, Max, and Harry, big signings for us as well. But it just shows that this group wants to go somewhere.
You guys as a collective, but also your coaching group. They must believe in the whole coaching group and where it's going.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think we've got a really good coaching group at the moment. They not only are they good with the on-field stuff, but everyone gets along really well. The culture's really good, and you see these young Victorians signing on rather than going home, which is nice.
It is brilliant. We're going to take a break, be back, but just a quick unique homestyle foods text, and I'd like you, B. Smith, to confirm or deny what this bloke's just said. Rob from West Croydon. Row, you're not my favourite. I had my friend try and listen to a tape and count how many times you refer to yourself. It added up to a decent score, mate. We might have to rename you Blighty. Cheers, Rob. Now, Tim, I don't talk about myself. Do you think I do, Sam?
Not as much as Malcolm.
I'm going to start listening.
Tim.
Rightio, let's get him back.
So I pump myself up.
No, I don't say.
I wouldn't have thought so. I've got nothing to pump up. If anything, I put myself down.
Oh, but you are talking about yourself right now.
Well, that is true.
Chose to read that text.
Why do I insert myself into any... Well, I did. I inserted myself into the Jeremy Howe.
Well, Rob,
remember I said my little finger?
Yeah, exactly. But Rob didn't say whether it was good or bad. He just said you talk about yourself a lot.
But see, that's offended me.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to get self-conscious about that. I'm going to go back into my shell.
Yeah.
Fourth quarter row.
Thank you, Rob from West Croydon. I'm going to have a little bit of self-reflection in the break.
Hey, quick text as well that's come through from a few people. A big crash on Port Road just after the intersection near South Road as well. So if you are going through the area, emergency services have arrived and it's huge delays right now. So if you're going through Port Road near South Road, please stay away. Big crash that's occurred there. We'll also check the rest of your traffic now and come back after the break.
Afternoon at Ethelton, look out for a crash. Bar Road near the golf course. Elizabeth, another collision there. Short Road near Phillip Highway. While at Hawthorne Dean, urgent electricity works. Main Road near East Terrace. Ashton, Lablethorpe Road closed due to flooding between Monomeath Road and Basket Range Road. And quite busy at the moment, Main North Road at Green Junction Road. Look out for cameras. Foster's Hill Road, Hillcrest and Gloucester Avenue at Belair. Grab life by the Jeep with an adventure bonus of up to $6,000 cash off across the Jeep range. Ends June 30. Don't miss out. Visit jeep.com.au today. T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G. Each week on the 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy talk to star players from the Power. Thanks to One Solution. Protect and improve your business with One Solution. Winner of the National Telstra Enterprise Customer Excellence Award. In tough times, it's the simple things that make a big difference. Like $17 schnitzel days at the Albion Birkenhead Tavern, Excelsior and the Lighthouse Wharf. We know the humble Schmitty can't fix all our problems, but we do know it'll put a smile on your dial. $17 schnitties Mondays, Tuesdays and Wednesdays at the Albion Birkenhead Tavern, Excelsior and the Lighthouse Wharf. Making the world a better place. One schnitty at a time. Got to start somewhere. You just know it's a Barreau hotel.
The all-new Amarok is finally here at Southern Volkswagen Ranella. The all-new Amarok is in stock and ready to test drive. Don't delay. Call Southern Volkswagen now and test drive today. Just 25 minutes from the CBD. Only at Southern Volkswagen. LVD 152780.
Today's the day. It's the $1 Million Friday Frenzy. 20 people will win $50,000 just for getting tickets in the Hospital Research Foundation Home Lottery by midnight tonight. That's right, 20 winners, 50 grand each. How would that change your weekend? Plus, your tickets stay in to win the Scott Salisbury Homes grand prize worth over $4 million. Don't miss out. Join the frenzy and get full lottery details at homelottery.com.au. Licence M14364.
Some snoozer won $100 million. West Sydney.
One bloke.
He's going to stay at work. What a clown. He must like it.
Well,
Anyway.
I'd be anonymous.
All right. As we all know, SA's going through a housing crisis right now, but McGain Real Estate are trying to help at best they can. So if you're a landlord looking to sell your property, but you're feeling a bit guilty about disturbing the awesome tenant.
Well, don't do it.
That you have. Well, you don't have to.
Don't have
the
to.
landlord's got ready to purchase those properties and keep the tenant in place. How good's that?
Because McGain have hundreds of landlords ready to buy investment properties, so there's no need to stress about asking the tenant to move out or waiting for the lease to end. The astute buyers know the value of a good tenant. and they want to keep them in place and they want to keep them happy. So with these investment buyers ready to go, you could save thousands on marketing. It's a win-win for everyone. There's a reason you see signs popping up everywhere saying sold by McGain again. Visit mcgain.com.au.
Tax time is ending soon at Bunnings Trade with less than 1 week to go. Get the Makita 18-volt 9-piece combo kit for $1,999. Plus, purchase before June 30 and get a bonus 5-amp battery via redemption. Don't miss tax time at Bunnings Trade.
15 times a day, your Royal Flying Doctor will come to the rescue of someone in South Australia. It could have been a heart attack, motor vehicle or farming accident. It could have been a newborn with breathing difficulties. It could have been someone you know and love. Without your support of the Royal Flying Doctor Service, they'd have to go it alone. For the people and life you love, keep the Flying Doctor flying. Donate today. Visit flyingdoctor.org.au.
Is there a God? What is the meaning of life? Do I actually need unlimited data to watch a few cat videos on my commute? Cute.
Question everything, especially your telco plan. Get the data you need at low prices with Aldi Mobile.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the FIVEAA Sports Show.
It's 8 minutes to 5. Treaders to join us in studio after 5 o'clock.
Yeah, now, one of the most peculiar, ridiculous, I don't know, dumb, dopey contests I think I've ever seen in my life was Gary Rowan. He ran flat out to crumb a Jeremy Cameron contest, which is his teammate. He knocked him clean motherless out, flushed his jaw with his shoulder. Clearly you can't get reported for cleaning up your own guy. They call it friendly fire. But what do you make of that, B. Smith?
Oh, I think
You've seen it?
Yeah, he's just got it all wrong.
Yeah.
It's just a brain fart, I think.
Yeah.
You go I think he was probably thinking, can I jump in front of this one-on-one and mark it? I'm too late. Do I go front and centre? And he just did nothing and jumped into his own mate.
It was like he was on a train track. He couldn't deviate.
Move, yeah.
So it proves that accidents happen on a footy field.
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, and we need to cater for it.
He's lucky he hit his bloke because for his own personal
he'd be
reasons.
out.
If he hit, I think it was Lever behind.
That's right.
If he hit Lever, he's in massive trouble.
Yeah, because there was a unique Homestyle Foods text come in, said, talking about us discussing it, Rowey, earlier in the show. He said, you guys are silly. Friendly fire is always an accident. Taking an opponent out is always intentional. The Crows will suffer a well-deserved loss against the Pies. They need 2 more years before any talk of finals, says Vic. Now,
Vic, you're scared.
Vic, you didn't have to divert off onto that.
No,
but
Vic's scared.
You know, the thing about
Vic.
taking an opponent out is always intentional. I don't think that's true. I think sometimes you can accidentally take somebody out, can't you?
Yeah.
And that does happen. I mean, it's probably happened to us, and it's... No, I didn't do anything, but I didn't knock anybody out.
Vic, I'm going to say a few words to you here, Vic. Round 20.
What, Vic might not be a Port person.
Oh, he's got Port written all over
Could be Victoria.
I said that, we had Ken Hinkley on yesterday, and I said, oh, mate, we'll get you round 20. He said, what's happening round 20? He
didn't know.
He did not know it was the show.
Yeah, right.
No. That's what I said.
Yeah.
Everyone knows.
We'll bust you. I said, we'll burst your bubble round 20. He said, what's round 20? Now, we had a bit of a ding-dong.
I wouldn't mind that, because that's another 5 or 6 wins, isn't it?
So you'd take another 4 or 5 wins and lose the showdown.
If it was for the greater good and you won the flag, I'd say...
No, that wasn't the question.
I'm happy to sacrifice... No, it'd have to be a flag on the end of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
5 weeks to pick what Guernsey you want to wear.
Hello. The man who grew up in it. Yeah. What about that coming from him? I'm going to check your drawers. I'm going to check your drawers.
Would you care if they wore the black and white?
Nah, not at all.
No.
Not at all.
I think it's just a dead argument now, isn't it? Who cares?
I do still have one at home, Timmy.
Where what the hell you want? What number was on the back?
No, it's just an old one. Just
Prison bar one.
Supporter.
It'd be on the bottom of your socks drawer, wouldn't it? It's not.
I think it's in Gordo's socks drawer. I gave it back to him. Yeah, he had a 5 though. He loved the 5, Gordo.
Ah, right.
Bruce
Was
Evans.
that his favourite number, or was it Tim Evans or
Tim Evans? Yeah.
Oh, it's definitely his favourite number, but I'm not sure if it originated from that.
Yeah, maybe.
Now, have you been given any updates on what's happening with your Thebby development? Because we had a bit of a spit here. Well, I did about this 5031 do-gooder group that's trying to...
You got a bit of support too.
Oh, have I? So have you got an update? Can you share an update with us?
No, I do not have an update.
So they don't...
honest answer, no.
They keep you out of that, don't they?
How keen are you as a player to get a new home?
Yeah, we are. We got the ice bath fixed last week, so that was great. That's good. The tiles were sort of rotten off of that, so that's back in order.
Oh no, so they're running the joint down, not spending any money on it.
The roof was leaking in the gym yesterday, but no, we got. It'd be nice to get a new home, but I'm not sure I'm going to see it. But
I'm going to send Mike Pearl around from House Inspect Australia to check it out.
So are there rodents running around and rats?
Yeah, rats all through the locker.
I don't know. It sounds like they're no, but if you're gonna unload something, you run it down. Why would you spend money on it?
Well, you get the eye of the tiger that way, don't you? When it's a bit rough and tumble.
Maybe.
I used to like it. We had no good facilities.
It'll be great when we get there, but we're doing fine. We're all right.
So you haven't had any update?
No.
Okay. Well, B. Smith, we love you coming in, mate. All the best. You fly out tomorrow?
Tomorrow, yep.
You still live west?
Yep. Get back to the west.
Port Road, you're going to go Grange Road.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Go Grange
Avoid
Road.
that accent.
Now, don't gorge yourself at the buffet.
No, he's experienced.
Take your own pillow.
Yep.
Get to bed early.
Yep.
And flog the living gizzards out of Collingwood on Sunday. Oh, God, I'd love that.
That'd be fantastic.
Well done. You need a win.
That's
B.
a shopping
Smith,
list, mate.
love your work.
Excellent. It's 3 minutes to 5.
That
We'll get
solid
to the
advice.
news.
I thought so.
It was. It's all thanks to ASIC Couriers, an SA family business doing great things for your business, no matter what it is. ASIC can deliver it safely and on time. Don't risk it. ASIC with ASIC Couriers. We'll get to the news and treaders next.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show. The Crows have enjoyed a week off after a record-breaking win against the Eagles.
He's got it! Listen to the roar!
The boys are feeling fresh, but they now face the biggest of challenges.
Rankin left foot snap. He's got his third.
Sunday arvo on 5AA. The Crows are in Melbourne for the first time in ages as they take on the Hot Pies.
Dacos runs in a goal and he's kicked it.
5AA is your home for football.
The District is Adelaide's best sports bar. Horse racing, the footy, UFC, soccer, NBA, State of Origin and more. All on our 20-metre video wall. And check for daily food deals Thursday to Sunday. The District, Level 1 Sky City.
Treat yourself to a winter getaway and unlock something extraordinary, a complimentary minibar. Book direct with participating SA Weekend Escapes hotels this winter and enjoy a free minibar upon arrival. Discover some of South Australia's hidden gems, from Berry to Victor Harbour to Kangaroo Island and more. Immerse yourself in picturesque landscapes, indulge in gourmet delights and embrace unique experiences. Visit saweekendescapes.com.au to unlock your free minibar and embrace the magic of South Australia.
Did somebody say wow? Beaumont's massive bathroommeware catalogue sale is wow! Get up to 25% off vanities with basins, baths, loos and tapware all slashed. Plus up to 25% off all tiles. Wow, you'll be happy you chose Beaumont's.
Warm up cheaper with Cheapest Chips Winter Warmers.
Cheapest Chips.
Your pets feel the cold too, so head to Cheapest Chips for an extra large calming plush pet bed at the special introductory price of just $79. And to keep you toasty warm all winter long, now's the time to save $10 on a Germanica oil heater, only $69. And your kitchen will love a new mature digital microwave oven, only $119. Check out this week's catalogue for more winter warmers and live cheaper this winter at Cheapest Chips.
G'day, it's Rory Sloane for Jarvis Toyota. The new and improved Hilux Rogue is wider, taller and tougher. The 2.8 litre turbo diesel engine pumps out 150 kilowatts of effortless power, enough to cruise through the work week and power into the weekend. Hilux Rogue is loaded with enhancements for on and off-road performance. Check out the new Hilux Rogue for yourself today at Jarvis Toyota, South Road, Clovelly Park. Proudly celebrating 21 years of great deals.
5AA's Business Lounge with Matthew Pantelis.
I'm here with Kathy Nagel, Chief Executive Officer of Western Hospital. Welcome, Kathy.
It's great to be back, Matthew.
Not everyone may be aware of this, but cardiovascular disease is the highest killer of women in Australia. What are some things that could be done to reduce the risk?
One of the most important things you can do is act on the signs. They aren't always as obvious as chest pain for women. If something feels unusual, don't avoid the signs and put off reaching out to your GP. Talk to them and request a referral to our cardiovascular specialists.
Being honest with your GP is crucial. What cardiovascular health services does Western Hospital offer?
Alongside our cardiovascular specialists, we also offer many diagnostic tests and treatment options. Your health is our top priority at Western Hospital. Challenge yourself to take the first step.
Thank you, Kathy. To find out more about cardiovascular specialists at Western Hospital, visit westernhospital.com.au or call 8159 1200. That's 8159 1200.
Online, on DAB Digital Radio and on 1395 AM. Talking Adelaide. This is Adelaide's FIVEAA.
Mostly clear tonight, showers increasing tomorrow, 15. With the 5 o'clock news, I'm Mel Usher.
Get 10-year warranty and 10 years capped price servicing on the new Mitsubishi Outlander at Agostino Mitsubishi.
A driver has been arrested after a bus ran off the Augusta Highway near Port Wakefield this morning. The bus was carrying 42 children and 5 staff members from a Victorian school. After leaving the road, it became bogged. No one was injured. A 53-year-old man from Victoria has been charged with driving without due care and driving a heavy vehicle while fatigued. He'll front court in August. Russia has launched a challenge in the High Court after the lease for its proposed second embassy in Canberra was torn up. Zach De Silva has more.
On a block near Parliament House, where Moscow had planned to build a new embassy, a suspected Russian diplomat is living in a demountable and refusing to leave. He can't be arrested because of diplomatic immunity, even though the federal government has cancelled Moscow's lease, citing national security concerns. Opposition leader Peter Dutton says he'll back whatever action Labor wants to take.
They will make decisions and we will support those decisions.
Prime Minister Anthony Albanese is downplaying the issue.
Some bloke standing on a blade of grass we don't see really as a threat.
Russia's now taking legal action over the tearing up of the lease. Australia could be required to pay compensation.
A senior Air Force officer will soon be responsible for protecting Australia from digital threats. Darren Goldie is being made head of cybersecurity. The role is being created in the wake of the Optus and Medibank breaches, which saw millions of people's data compromised. Air Vice Marshal Goldie says his job will be all about leadership.
Australia is fortunate enough to have some of the best cyber practitioners in the world. They are well led. I think my role will centre on the coordination and leadership role and information both to the Australian people and to the Australian government.
Jetstar has again been dubbed Australia's most unreliable airline, with more cancellations and delays than any of its rivals. Bureau of Infrastructure, Transport and Regional Economics data finding about 74% of its flights departed and arrived on time. That's 8 points below long-term averages of 82%. The search for debris on the ocean floor is continuing after the Titanic sub-tragedy. The director of the Titanic movie is drawing parallels between his film and the catastrophic implosion of the submersible with 5 people on board. Debris from the sub missing in the Atlantic Ocean was discovered overnight, confirming their deaths. James Cameron says the tragedy has some similarities to the ocean liner disaster more than a century ago.
Where the captain was repeatedly warned about ice ahead of his ship, and yet he steamed at full speed into an ice field on a moonless night, and many people died as a result.
He says experts warned Ocean Gate their tourist trips were too dangerous. Now turning to 5AA sport, round 15 in the AFL continues tonight. It's St Kilda versus the Lions at Marvel Stadium, and the game will be live on 5AA. Well, the Crows' second half of the season officially gets underway this weekend. They play Collingwood on Sunday. Brodie Smith has told Rowey and Timmy G they're starting to think about September.
We had a chat during the week that we're going up to finals. We've put ourselves in a really good position where after 13 games we're in the 8. So if you'd told me that at the start of the year, I certainly would have taken it. And we've had a good season to start. And now it's right there for us to, I guess, be a mature group and go after the 8, seeing as we're in there.
Cricket and Australia will be back at the crease tonight on day 2 of the Women's Ashes Test against England. Will resume at 7 for 3:28. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Worried about cheap insurance? Who offers great value cover you won't regret? Amy does. Before buying insurance issued by Amy, read the PDS and TMD at amy.com.au and consider whether it's right for you.
At Hindmarsh, look out for a crash. Port Road near South Road. Parafield, another collision there. Kings Road near Lockheed Lane. While at Hawthorne Dean, urgent electricity works. Main Road near East Terrace. Got a few delays at the moment too. Quite busy. Findon Road at Valletta Road with cameras on the drive home. Fosters Road, Hillcrest and Gloucester Avenue at Belair. Own a 4x4? Bob Jane T-Marts have a great deal till June 30. Up to $150 instant cash back on select BFG tyres. Order online or call now. T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Mostly clear tonight, down to 10. Showers increasing tomorrow, 15. Showers becoming windy on Sunday, 15. And more showers on Monday, 16. Right now it's 13 degrees. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
The Titanic tragedy, the experts on what went wrong, swiftwater rescues in the hills amid our overnight rain bomb, insurance companies busted overcharging millions, how to get your refund, the clever gadgets for everyday tasks helping older South Australians stay in their own homes, and the new tool to help you buy Australian made. I'm Kate Collins. See the full story on 9 News tonight at 6.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
It's 7 minutes after 5. Coming up this Friday evening, Jimmy Bartell is going to join us at 5:30. Terry McAuliffe with some tips from racing.com and plenty of time for your calls as well. 8223 0000. Get involved in the program. It's time now to welcome in Warren, Gary, Treadray.
Throws it up long. Goal clear. Treadray!
Warren Treadray.
The Premiership Cup to the captain, Warren Treadray.
Oh, Treadray! Party time!
On the 5AA Sports Show.
Yes, it's Friday and Treaders is back in town. Hello, Treaders. You never probably left town, but
no, I haven't left town.
You're
for
in
a
the
while.
studio town. That's
Yep.
where you are, right here and now. Studio time. Thank you very much. Yeah, strange. This 4-week sort of I don't know how to describe it, but it really, a lot of people sort of saying, should it be 2? Should it be 3?
It's like pulling teeth.
It sort of seems like it's just dragged a bit for me.
To be fair, I think it's the best scenario.
Oh, you do?
How else are you going to do it?
So 2 weeks, or just...
Well, you could, but then
everybody off 1 week, no good?
You eliminate the games. You eliminate the eyeballs. They've got to keep the TV minimum going, so Channel 7 still need to be able to broadcast 4 games.
Yep, okay.
I think per week. I think that's how it works.
So 2 weeks of 5 and 4 wouldn't work?
No, here's my thinking, right? Okay. I was trying to think when it was my first experience. It was State of Origin was the break.
Okay.
That was the break.
Yes, sorry.
Right?
We're going right back to 99.
Yeah. So that was the last one, right? Yep. So then I go, did we do it in 2002? Yeah, I remember having a big night on the booze up at Harndorf.
Drink
we had a bus up
responsibly.
there. Yeah, it was a good night.
Yeah,
was it?
I was really responsible.
Who got 3 votes?
Who's the Adelaide comedian? Oh God, he was very
the one that passed away, the South Adelaide
Dave Flanagan.
Dave Flanagan. God bless, lovely man.
Yeah, he was
worked with Dave.
Filthy funny, just old school comedy.
Yeah, he was great.
So we're at the Harndorf Inn, I think. So that was my earliest memory. I thought, this is good for a mid-season break, a few beers and enjoy ourselves. We got flogged the next day running, which was wonderful, as you did back then. So then I go, okay, in 04, what happened? So I was out the back of the studio going, okay, I'll get on AFL tables. So if you want to check out some stats, AFL tables goes back for a long, long time.
Really
and I go, we played a game in Perth, and the only reason I remember that was the last one before the break was that Clarko went off. Alistair Clarkson was our forwards coach, left from Perth to go to England.
Wow.
He met Sir Alex Ferguson, and he bought a South Australian Magnum of wine. I'm not sure what brand. Got the photo.
Yeah.
That was the day. That was the time when everyone did the presentation, the PowerPoint presentation.
Yeah, right.
So he sort of started a relationship with that. And then he got back for our next game, which I think was maybe even Brisbane, mid-year.
Wow.
So he went for 8 days to London and he was on his conquest to go, his quest to go to
be a senior coach.
Greatness. He ended up getting the job at Hawthorn in the latter half of the year. So I was like, oh, so we had it back then. What was the reason? There wasn't a reason. The AFL must have just kept that buy available. And I can't remember far enough whether we played over a period of time or not.
Right.
But it gets me thinking, do we actually need it?
Players-wise, I think they like it.
Yeah. Then there's 2 ways. My question was, do they need it, Tim?
Oh.
You said, I think they like it. Don't worry, you like it.
Yeah, it sounded like you liked it.
Do we? Yeah, at the time. But I'm sitting back now going, right, back then, when I first started, there were 2 on the bench.
Yeah.
Then it went to 3.
Yep.
Then it went to 4. Then it went 4 to a sub.
Yep.
Right?
Back to...
Then it went to back to 4. 4 and a medical sub, now 4 and
whatever.
An extra, so a fifth player.
Okay.
Why are we now still in a situation where we need to buy? Because the sub was put in with COVID, 17 games, shorter turnaround, 4 and 5 days between games, worried about injuries. If the head is sacrosanct and we're taking a lot of the contest out of the game, we have lists. And if you look at, I mentioned Sir Alex Ferguson, European soccer, you've got the big teams in England, the top 5 can play in the Champions League, qualify.
They play an enormous amount of games.
They play sometimes Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday. They'll play cup games, they'll play Premier League games, and they'll play European Cup games.
Non-contact.
Still workload.
You've
Right?
still got to run.
Yeah, and the issue here in sport is how many, I'd love to know the numbers between soft tissue injuries, right, which repetition injuries, right, which is soccer massively, or collision injuries in footy, which is higher. But my point here is, why do we need a buyer when the best squads or best teams, and we say best squads win premierships, why aren't we in a situation where we're managing our Zach Butters of the world, our Rochelle of the world? We're already doing our Taylor Walkers and our, lesser extent, Tom Jonas and Travis Spokes and senior players. Why aren't we resting our best players against the bottom teams when we don't need them as much, apart from trying to win all Australians and Brownlows? Because if we're hell-bent on winning a premiership, we should be managing a squad, not effectively wearing our players down and hope they stay fit for the whole duration of the season.
It's a very, very good point. I want to change tack and go here. I asked Ken the one question you wanted me to ask. Do you want to coach Port next year?
Yes.
Port?
Yes, yeah, I'm happy to coach Port next year. But again, what we've talked around always is we've been really consistent. We're not going to go away from that. We've agreed at the start of the year. We're not going to get trapped into if, buts and maybes. We're just going to go, you know what, let's give ourselves some clear air, get through the season to a point and go, okay, are we still the right match? And if we are, and that will come out in results, will come out in feedback that we get from everyone, and we'll work towards what's next.
Boom. Company line. Boom.
Yeah, it was company line, wasn't it?
Yeah, I thought it was a good company line, though.
Yeah.
I didn't mind it.
I mean, what's he going to say? No.
No,
he's not going to jump all over. Of course I am, Rowey, you idiot. It's.
Oh, I thought it, to be fair, and I'm not. You could have been stronger to say absolutely the club's aware. I want to coach you next year, but I can understand why you answered it that way, because it's answering your question respectfully and dismissing, moving the story.
Any speculation. Yeah, no, he's very good at it. I then went on to say, to all those bullheads out there, or detractors, if you like, or Josh Carr's coaching the team, is how I worded it, is what he said.
He is. He is. In some part, he's definitely coaching the team. So is Chad, so is Nathan, so is Luke, and so are all our development coaches. But what people forget these days, it's not a one-man show.
No.
And it's just not. And I mean,
it hasn't been for a long time.
A long time, Tim. A long time. And yes, we are a coaching team, and I always hope that I always reference that we are a coaching team, and I get great support from my team. Yes, there's a front person, there's a front man. That's me at the moment. I'm more than happy to say I'm nowhere near the coach I am without the support of my team.
Well answered.
Treaders, you just mentioned about what happened on the interchange bench during your career. How did you see the evolvement of said coach into coaching groups, into coaching teams as they are now?
So where it is now.
I mean, it's
well,
quite
originally it was coaches from the bench.
Well, you would have, under Jack, you would have pretty much had one voice, one man, wouldn't you?
Yeah, he and Choco.
Yeah.
One dog, one
and
bone.
Choco was pretty much the same? Even through that evolving period?
No, Choco was not one man, one decision. And Jack and Choco was interesting because Jack was trying to stay on as coach. And there was that interesting period of the Mick Moylan era, and I wasn't quite in the team. Choco wanted to be a senior coach. Jack wanted to stay. They made a tough call back in end of 98. Walshy and Choco came as a team, massive team, together.
In 99.
Yes, end of 98.
Great mates.
And were super tight.
So
and that relationship
but that's the evolvement.
Wore its end too.
But that's the evolvement, isn't it? It went from sort of 1 to 2.
Yeah, 1 to 2, and then we had Bundy. Always good nicknames. Matt Rendell was involved, and then he left, and then Clarko came in. Jeff Morris was around the system.
So now we're around 04.
Yeah, it was before. That's before 04. Yeah. That was 01, 02, and then Dean Bailey was around as well. So they had a system that worked. So they had a system at work was Dean was more sit back. Walshy and Choco were sort of best mates but confrontational like brothers, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So can we just go back? You said they drifted apart, did you?
Oh, that's well
the two of them.
Yeah.
I didn't know
They fell out over a period of time.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Two very headstrong men, aren't they?
Yeah. And then Phil left the club.
Yeah.
And went to West Coast because of, I think he wanted something different in his career, and those relationships, like anything, you work with people for long periods of time, and it can be.
What a
and
sad loss.
They're both challenging people who challenged each other, and the ideal you asked for a lot of people was that would stay that way, but that relationship just moved on, evolved.
And you said Bundy. Who was Bundy?
Matt Randell.
Where did he get the nickname Bundy?
I don't know.
Probably drank a lot of Bundy.
Don't know.
Timmy.
Yeah, don't know. But we had a lot of assistant coaches coming in. Clarko for a period of time was midfield coach. Then the 04 year he was the forwards coach. And Jason Cripps come in. Matthew Primus.
But you as a club has bred a lot of senior coaches. Even if you look at under Ken Hinkley's tutelage, Walshy again went on to be a senior coach. Bailey was unbelievable. God bless. He's no longer with us. Richardson, Voss.
But Bailey wasn't under the Hinkley era.
Well,
like if you go the 04 era, you had.
No, but the club. How many?
But even the Mark Williams era, right? Phil Walsh goes off.
Coached.
Clarko goes off to be arguably the greatest ever. Damien Hardwick goes off to be one of the greatest ever with Clarko at Hawthorn after he retired. To get a double serve. Brendan Lade's in the system. Adam Kingsley's a senior coach. Stuart Jew's a senior coach. I'm going to forget someone here and insult someone. Josh Marnie was an assistant coach. Now he's a football manager.
Schofield's coaching, Montgomery's
Schofield,
coached.
Montgomery, Chad Corns, Josh Carr.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah, and that was very much a teaching system.
Yeah.
If you want to coach,
that evolution once again to where I'm getting to Ken's point. I never forget. I think it was about 2010. In a press conference, Mick Moldhouse was questioned about a rotation. He said, "Well, I don't handle those." And the whole press conference went, "Hey, what? The coach doesn't control who comes on and off the ground." And it was almost like this, this bell went off and said, "No, that hasn't been happening for a long time."
To be fair, Timmy, and I had this thought when I was playing too, and it's probably the thought that people inside the club would have nowadays of the media. The media were miles behind with what was actually going on at that stage.
Yeah.
Rotations were sorted every 6 or 7 minutes, and you had your set position. Everyone goes, "Why does he kick a goal? Come off." He does, because when he comes off, someone else needs 2 breaks a quarter, and if he doesn't come off at that time, and that's what I talked in that discussion about needing a break. When I finished, the rotations were getting into 150 a game. You run till you nearly fall over, then you come off, then you go back on. So the high-speed running was through the roof, but the soft tissue were up as well. But you never got to a stage where you had that elite fatigue kick in until late in the game. Whereas now it's still a repeated speed game, but there's more an element of endurance because there's that cap on 75 rotations.
It's half that. We'll come back with Tyson wants to ask you a question. Someone else on the Unique Homestyle Foods text has had a crack at me. When's Rose next week off? I can't handle this egomaniac. Ethel from Ethelton. Well, I happen to have a week coming off. Ethel at Ethelton.
Troy Chaplin too.
And Troy Chaplin.
He's a senior assistant, I reckon, at Melbourne. Another one.
I'm getting smashed here.
Fair enough.
Why are you laughing so much?
Because he's not confident.
Texts.
What else you got?
Oh, well, previously on the row hour, I hit the buffet. I do what Jody says. I hate sneeze. When I play at Arctic Park, I wear Lycra. He's got a point, but don't worry, Juniper's worse.
Rendell played for the Bears. They called him Bundy Bear. There you go. Our listeners, they know all the answers.
Thank
Bundy
you for that.
Bear.
Yeah.
Unique home styles.
Had some
foods. They just keep delivering.
Very interesting tactics of long-distance runs too, Bundy.
We're going to take some of your calls very shortly. It's 19 after 5. Here's your roads.
At Hindmarsh, look out for a crash. Port Road near South Road. Parafield, another collision there. Kings Road near Lockheed Lane. While at Hawthorn Dean, urgent electrical works are slowing things up. Main Road near East Avenue. Busy Cheltenham Parade between the rail crossing and Port Road. With cameras on the drive home, Ilford Street, Vale Park and Lions Road at Dernacourt. Time for a change? Time to visit Glenelg BMW. Use your existing BMW service package and experience excellence at Glenelg BMW. LMCT 8953. Adelaide's most accurate traffic count, 5AA.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G. Join Rowey and Timmy G in the studio every afternoon with 5AA's live video stream of The Sport Show. Thanks to Foodland. With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
If you've got to keep it cool, you need Budget Car and Truck Rentals, especially if you're in business. Budget Car and Truck Rentals have a fleet of refrigerated vans, trucks and cool rooms standing by to keep your business in business. Transporting or storing flowers, chocolate and all fresh produces. Keep it cool in a refrigerated van, truck or cool room from Budget Car and Truck Rentals. Oh, great for parties too. Call 13 27 27. That's 13 27 27.
It may not be that exciting to learn that Playford Pavers are one of the few companies that still make their own pavers on site. Riveting, isn't it? But what if I told you that because Playford Pavers make their own pavers for driveways, entertaining areas and pathways, you pay a lot less? How good is that? Pay less at Playford Pavers. Visit playfordpavers.com.au.
Go Vita, your local health food shops. Over 30 years health and wellness experience and over 300 natural health practitioners specialising in you.
Hi, I'm Ali from Go Vita Marion and Colonnades. This month we have a great offer on NutriVital Aged Black Garlic 1-a-day odourless capsules. Save 37% off recommended retail price with 30 capsules now $11.95. Follow directions for use.
Go Vita, Colonnades, Fairview Green, Marion, Mount Barker, Monopara, Semaphore and Tanunda.
Right now with Bupa, get up to 10 weeks free when you join on eligible products. Plus, 300 everyday rewards dollars. T's and C's apply. But hurry, offer ends June 30, so search Bupa 10 weeks free today.
Is there a God? What is the meaning of life? Do I actually need unlimited data to watch a few cat videos on my commute? Cute.
Question everything, especially your telco plan. Get the data you need at low prices with Aldi Mobile.
Are you ready for this? Let's go. Mawson Lakes Mazda's end of financial year clearance sale is on now. And we're talking great deals right across the entire range of Mazdas. You'll find plenty of new Mazdas in stock, all models and colours to suit your style, or drive away in a low-K demo. And they're available for immediate delivery. Get ready and go to Mawson Lakes Mazda's end of financial year clearance sale. Just a short drive from the city.
Orson Welles saw cinema as a ribbon of dream. For Audrey Hepburn, everything she learned from the movies. At Wallace Cinemas, we want you to make your own memories. See movies how they should be seen on the big screen. Hear movies how they should be heard with Quake Sound. New releases, classics, events, popcorn, choc tops and more. Wallace Cinemas, South Australia's home of big screen magic and entertainment. Visit wallace.com.au.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AAA Sports Show.
It is 24 minutes after 5. Very shortly, we'll catch up with Jimmy Bartell.
Okay, just one more. Stop the text, the unique homestyle food text.
Bring them on.
Row, take a holiday, please. Port supporters can't handle your inferences about Ken Hinkley. Go on a cruise, you flog. Well, thank you, James. Let's go to Tyson at Clarence Gardens.
Whiz.
G'day, boys.
We got Treaders.
Hey, Tyson.
Hey, Tyson.
G'day, Treaders. Now, 12 years ago, mate, remember a segment on Over? Ask Auntie Treaders?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah,
Bring
what
it
happened?
back.
Fill us in, Tyson.
I do
We're gonna bring
remember
it
that.
back,
I was filling
Tyson.
in for Ryan Fitzgerald, who had I think he had a day off that stage. And were you the one that rang in and said you'd been with the missus for a while, and what should I do?
It was her 30th birthday.
Yeah?
And you said, I'll get her a ring.
Yeah, well, you didn't know what to buy or anything. Are you still
exactly.
together?
12 years, mate.
Oh, that's the
weekend.
best advice I've ever given.
That is magnificent.
We got
we missed you on the media the last couple of years. We missed you on the 10th, but I got you now.
That's
12 years, buddy.
The matchmaker,
So-
Tyson.
You got long service
He
too,
is.
mate.
Tritters is the matchmaker.
Tyson, you're not ringing up to
As well. We've
complain,
still
are you,
got the
mate?
clipper.
Oh, how good.
I was going to say, Tyson, you're not ringing up to complain, are you?
Yeah, there's...
Complain? No way, mate.
You signed a legal waiver,
come on.
mate. You can't handball anything to me.
If you love me, then you've got to put a ring on it, and
that's
that's what
brilliant, mate.
Tyson
Well
did.
done.
Well, listen.
Yeah,
so
thanks,
what's
Fred.
it, 12
No worries.
years?
Yeah,
Treaders
12
will
years.
celebrate your 20th. Try and get to 20.
Gee,
we can do that.
Let's get 50.
I'm glad how you just signed my life away to go and do stuff.
Oh,
Thanks
okay.
for that.
Yeah. Nah, well done, Tyson. Well done.
Timmy and I are over 30.
Yeah.
Hello, Prashant.
Hello, Rowey. I
Yeah, good.
agree on one thing with you, and I don't agree on the other thing.
Okay, sure.
The one I agree is the Cameroon thing.
Yep.
Oh, yep. Jeremy Cameron.
So
getting hit by
I'm
Rome.
giving an example. Like, if a family member hurts his own family member,
Mm-hmm.
or an outsider hurts him, isn't it the same criminal offence?
It is.
Okay, yeah, well, it is.
It is, Prashant.
No,
Good point.
It makes a good point, because accidental contact to a teammate and nothing to
Yeah.
see, but
That's-
accidental contact to an opponent is a suspension.
That's exactly right.
Suspension.
We brought that up. Friendly fire. Prashant, I like that. Now, what's the one you don't agree on?
The sneakers and jeans. I do it all the time.
Thank you, Prashant. Thank you
I'm
very
with
much.
Timmy on this.
Good man.
Prashant, please tell me you don't wear denim jeans and sneakers.
He does.
I do all the time.
You
Come
just,
on, Prashant.
I'm sorry, Prashant, you've gone down slightly in my...
No, when I heard this, I was driving out to North Adelaide Footy Club training last night, and I thought Jerry Seinfeld.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Well,
Jerry
yeah,
Seinfeld.
Put your big leg up in the air and
Yeah.
try and tell the audience.
They're Nike Dunks, mate.
Oh, come on,
That's a casual shoe.
They're Dunks, mate. You can wear them with a suit, Tim.
No. What's
Hang
up
on.
with you, Port?
This is out of control.
Hang on.
White sneakers with denim is worse than Timmy with sneakers and denim.
Black?
No, it's
No
not.
one wears white
They are
sneakers.
casual shoes to wear with jeans, you
No
twat.
one does that.
What
What's
do
a
you
twat?
wear? What you are? Go look at a mirror.
Mate,
Are you wearing skins, or is that a new shirt you got from work?
I'm wearing...
What does it say? Complete windscreens.
Yeah, complete
Just you
windscreens.
should have windscreens, not complete.
windscreens.
So what are you wearing? What makes you the oracle of
I
clothing?
just wear some work boots and some
Hang on, no,
jeans.
stand up. You want to hang it on everyone else?
Foodland live stream.
You got paint on your shoes.
Yeah, well, I'm a worker.
No, you're not. You just go and and everyone at work.
He's on to you.
Oh, God.
He's
Hey,
on to you.
and hang on, who am I filling in for next week?
Him.
Me.
Oh, that's not a good start, is it?
You and I
I've got to work with him all week. Where are you going?
None of your business.
You and I together next week, Treaders.
Oh, gosh.
What do you call it? You just call
Do
it
you get
a
danger money for that stuff?
Well, it's a mid-season break that some of us are forced to have. You went early.
Yeah, I did.
You had your
I had
30th.
my 30th
He went at the
anniversary.
start of the season break.
Correct,
Yeah, I
you
know.
did. So.
That's the first one in history in 5AA.
Yeah, I know.
Correct. So,
How lucky am I? Well, according to our listeners, I shouldn't have come back.
So, Timmy, they want you to stay. That's what they're saying.
That's good news.
Timmy,
It's good news.
Timmy, one thing they say in media like us, never have a holiday.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Because if Treaders is too good...
Mate, I had a
I'm
12-month
gone.
holiday.
What?
Yeah.
I had a 12-month holiday.
Well, actually,
did
got
you?
some support
You
here on
did
the unique
too.
home-style foods
Well, you're
text.
back. We
Treaders.
got your back.
Forced holiday.
Says,
we got
Treaders,
your
we do not need a buy. Manage your players. There you go. You got a
Well
bit of
said.
backup there,
Exactly,
mate.
good.
Yeah, a bit of backup.
All right,
Well
Treaders,
I do
well
bring
done.
some good content
Hang
from
on.
time to time.
I like that. I'm going to start getting my head around that. Can the Crows beat Collingwood Sunday?
Yes,
We'll
There you
see.
go,
Told you.
but they won't.
Oh. Thanks,
Don't.
Fonzie.
You just insult me now, dude. I'm not 70 trying to play a guitar and look like Mick Jagger, all right? Does he wear sand shoes and jeans?
Oh,
No,
he's
he
on fire
wouldn't. No,
today.
he's a fashionista.
Auntie Treaders,
Fonzie's-
we've got to bring it
he
back.
is.
Well, I think we've got to bring it.
touch
It's
me.
a cool topic.
He's
Yeah,
also
that's right.
he's also a burns
Ask
victim.
Auntie Treaders. I like it.
29 after 5. Treaders, thank you for coming in, mate.
Well done, mate.
We will see you from
Why
Monday.
do I do this to myself?
Best segment.
Yeah, come on.
It's a
See you Monday.
good question to
See you
ask.
Monday.
Oh, yes.
5:30
I'm
headlines
not going to sleep
coming
all
up.
weekend now.
Jimmy Bartell to join us next.
The 5AA Sports Show. Rowey and Timmy G. 5AA Breakfast.
All 5 people aboard the submersible that went missing earlier this week are believed now dead, according to the US Coast Guard, who have found what they're describing as a debris field.
Informing Adelaide.
The one positive you can take out of it is it sounds like the thing just collapsed instantaneously on the way down, which in terms of meeting your maker is vastly preferable than sitting there for 4 days waiting for the oxygen to run out.
Yeah. 6 a.m. weekdays on 5AA. This is Adelaide's 5AA.
Good evening, Mel Usher with the latest news headlines. An interstate bus driver has been charged after allegedly being behind the wheel fatigued near Port Wakefield. Russia has launched a challenge in the High Court after the lease for its proposed second embassy in Canberra was torn up. It's emerged the youngest victim in the Titanic sub-tragedy had grave concerns about the expedition. And in sport, the Brisbane Lions are gearing up to take on St Kilda in round 15 of the AFL. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Worried about cheap insurance? Who offers great value cover you won't regret? Amy does. Before buying insurance issued by Amy, read the PDS and TMD at amy.com.au and consider whether it's right for you.
G'day there, and Hindmarsh. Look out for a crash, Port Road near South Road. Hawthorn Dean, electricity works slowing things up. Main Road near East Terrace and Ashton. Local Road closed due to flooding between Monomeath Road and Basket Range Road. Quite busy at the moment, so Donald Bradford Drive at South Road with cameras on the drive home, Narina Avenue, Cumberland Park and Pittman Road at Windsor Gardens. On a 4x4, for 1 week only, Bob J and T-Marts are offering 30% off select Monster off-road wheels. That's right, 30% off. Order online or call now. T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA forecast, mostly clear tonight, down to 10. Showers increasing tomorrow, 15. Right now, it's 13 degrees. We'll have more news at 6 and as it happens on 5AA.
Come on in. We open our doors to people we trust and care about. And for over 85 years, South Australians have been opening their doors to Rest Haven. In turn, we've been opening doors to an easier, better life at home. From personal care to help with the shopping and social outings, you'll welcome the care that Rest Haven brings.
I'm Kathy Nagel, the Chief Executive of Western Hospital Henley Beach. We all hear that access to general practitioners is increasingly difficult. Healthcare costs are escalating and many question the value for money when accessing GPs. Western GP Clinic are proud to boast a level of care and expertise encompassing a holistic approach, whilst providing a value option. To discuss your GP questions, call 1300 934 325. That's 1300 934 325 or visit westernhospitalgp.com.au.
5:32, Jimmy Bartell coming up and some tips with Tazza.
Beauty.
Okay, look, if you're close to or if you've just finished building your new home, congrats! It's not really complete otherwise until you get a stunning driveway or a picture-perfect path around your new castle. So do it right and get in touch with the incredible team at Adelaide Exposed Concrete. We bandy words like that. They are terrific.
Oh, yeah.
Great
Shane and
people.
Amanda, two of the most beautiful people you'll ever meet. Just,
aren't they?
Their
Their service, their communication, their workmanship, everything they do is first class. Boy, they look after their workers too. If you're thinking of a career change, they take them to Bali every year.
Yeah, I had the pleasure of having them at my table for Best of SA. And
they take their workers to Bali.
Isn't that lovely?
I'm going to go and lay some concrete with them.
Yeah. Even if your current driveways, paths, patios are all ugly, cracked, falling apart, well, look, just give them a ring at Adelaide Exposed Concrete and they'll replace them, make them look brand new. Now, whether it's a stunning exposed aggregate driveway, paths around the home, patio area, shed, whatever it is, get in touch with Adelaide Exposed Concrete. They're best on ground all year round. AdelaideExposedConcrete.com.au.
Join the Neds Racing Open Group to connect, bet and banter with thousands of like-minded punters and see expert tips every day on all 3 racing codes. Take it to the Neds level. T's and C's apply. See website for details. What are you really gambling with?
G'day, it's Rory Sloane. If you appreciate sporty handling in a compact car that puts the fun back into driving, you'll love the new updated Corolla at Jarvis Toyota. It features a 1.8 litre fuel-efficient hybrid electric system or a 2 litre petrol engine, plus cutting-edge safety advancements. And with the Toyota Service Advantage, you'll pay the same low prices from one logbook service to the next. Take a test drive at Jarvis Toyota, South Road, Clovelly Park, Adelaide's home of hybrid, celebrating 21 years of great deals.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
It's 25 minutes to 6 Friday night football. We'll head to Marvel very shortly and Terry McAuliffe as well from racing.com.
We're trying to get Jimmy Bartell up, but before that, the NBA draft was on today. Is there another LeBron James / Michael Jordan amongst them? And I think there is.
With the first pick in the 2023 NBA Draft, the San Antonio Spurs select Victor Wembanyama from Nanterre, France.
Victor Wembanyama. Now, Remember that name. We've got the Greek Freak. This bloke will be called the French Kiss. He can defend. He can play above the ring. He can swish 3 points off of one leg. He can do laybacks. Bang, he goes at 80%. Wait for it. Victor Wembanyama is 2 metres 19.
Wow.
Or 7'5".
Wow.
Or he has a reach on him like a sick dog.
Wow.
8 feet. So from fingertip to fingertip across the wings,
the wingspan.
8 feet. He doesn't have to jump to slam dunk.
No.
His shoes are size 20 and a half. You know what they say about big man? Big man, big.
Big shoes.
Well,
Yep,
geez.
huge shoes.
And big hands. And
phenomenal.
big everything. Remember that name. They're tipping that he'll be better than all of them put together. He is LeBron James rolled into Michael Jordan, rolled into who's the snoozer
Kobe
from
Bryant.
Warriors? No, God bless him. No, the other one.
Steph.
Steph Curry.
Curry.
He can do it all.
I don't
Remember
believe
this name, Victor Wembanyama, the
Amazing.
French Kiss.
Look forward to it.
He's going to be incredible.
He's all tongue.
We love the look of that. Let's get to our next guest, Timmy.
Well, we're very honoured to have the next guest. Brownlow medalist, 3AW football expert, Jimmy Bartell joins us. G'day, Jimmy.
G'day, lads. Always enjoy the chat.
Hey, mate, it was a fair game last night. I know the conditions were difficult, but what a contest it was, and I thought Geelong really toughed it out to win it.
It was perfect. Geelong, balmy, hot conditions. They put on postcards that attract thousands to the Bellarine Peninsula. It was a typical Geelong night, wasn't it?
Yes.
Like under lights especially. Skinny ground, and if you're not prepared to play that hard contested style and a territory game, which doesn't make the best of viewing for people who want to see free-flowing and goals, but it's a bit old school when you get those sort of conditions. But it was a cracking game and a real surge of footy from the Cats, particularly in the last 10 minutes, the first 10 minutes, of the last quarter, got them the win.
Jimmy, you played over 300 great games. You watched probably well over that. Have you ever seen a clumsier, dopier, stupid approach to a 50-50 contest ever than Gary Rowan's to knock senseless out his teammate? Fair dinkum, Jimmy.
I've seen some pretty interesting things on the field in my time. I think, to his defence, Gaz Rowan, he's ballistic.
Yes.
Like, there's one gear, and that's flat out. And it's been working well for him. And I think it worked really well after the moment where he's gone, oh no, not only have I knocked out my teammate, I've knocked out probably our best match winner in Jeremy Cameron here. He actually stuck pretty strong, and I think Chris Scott said the same thing. Like, it clearly affected him. I think the game stopped for close to 9 minutes.
Yeah.
But how he responded, he was probably the most important person on the ground, really. He pulled Melbourne's defence apart, he hit the scoreboard. But, yeah, I don't think there's any shifting of gears with Gaz Rowan. And he's like one of those, you know, the little toy cars you had where you pull them back about 10 times and you let them go?
Yes.
He's like one of those players.
Well, unfortunately, he's got 6 weeks at the tribunal.
Jimmy, funny thing about that's where the conversation's gone, particularly here in Victoria, is I think there's people who are clearly discussing James Sicily getting 3 weeks for what was an accident. It was an accident. He was trying to tackle. But then you've got all the calls coming in everywhere, left, right and centre, and discussion points. Well, should Gary Rowan get rubbed out? Because if Sicily gets rubbed out for an accident, why doesn't Gary Rowan get rubbed out, even though it's his teammate, which is an odd take, I think.
Yeah, well, just on that, look, he won't get cited, nor should he. No. But it has opened the door for clubs to use that, I think, as a defence. Because, and we've spoken about it a number of times, Jimmy, and I love your plan for the MRO. It was a football collision, a football accident. They do happen, and you don't have to miss games for them.
Yeah, and that is the uniqueness of our sport. And I think even parents who are signing up for kids understand there is a ballistic and 360-degree nature of our sport. And that's actually what attracts a lot of people to it. There is a risk element to it where we now probably live in a pretty risk-adverse world that AFL football still has an element of risk, and it still has an element of where athleticism, speed, bodies moving around do collide in accidents. And I think that is something different about our game. I know we've got the rugby codes in America, we've got NFL, but you know where the contact's coming from. I'm not diminishing how tough those games are physically, but it's just ours is just different, and things like that will happen.
Hey, Jimmy, it really hots up the contest for the 8. So Adelaide go over and play Collingwood this weekend at the G. Geelong winning last night puts them only percentage behind the Crows. It's really made it an awkward one for the Adelaide crowd here.
Yeah, it certainly has, and I've been really impressed with the Crows. But I think people have got to keep in mind it has been a build, and I think what's happened is with some of Adelaide's brilliant football this year, I think we're expecting the gigantic leap.
Yeah.
You go back, the steps under Matthew Nicks. It's first, all right, who have I got on the list? And I think he's worked out, and I think he gave lots of opportunities for his senior boys. He hasn't thrown the senior guys out, but he's thrown probably greater responsibility to some of the younger guys in key roles. Then the next bit on that, he's taken care of the contest. You look at last year, Adelaide contested numbers went through the roof. And then the next bit was, how do we add polish on that? How do we score? Clearly bringing Rankin and Rochelle via draft and free agency and recruiting has been successful. Phil Thorpe keeps emerging. Big Darcy's taken the leap, and the text keeps going on. So I think we just need to sometimes go, they are making big steps, but probably the next step for them is when you see with these sides is, all right, can we win away from home? And the stats at the moment say they're 4 goals better at home. They will get a big win on the road. I thought they played really well actually down at Geelong not long ago, and probably deserved to win that at different stages. So for Adelaide, I think it's they're right in it against Collingwood, who have been the benchmark. But you mentioned the games this week. I think the most fascinating one, which will affect Adelaide, is the Essendon-Freo game. So Essendon sit one game in front of Adelaide, and Freo sit one game back. Now, so if Essendon goes over there in the west and knocks them off, well, Freo's almost too far back in that bunch.
Yep.
But if they win, they come up to Adelaide, and Essendon's still in striking distance. So it'll be a fascinating game, that one in the west, which will lead in to, obviously, the Adelaide and Collingwood game.
I got the Crows winning on Sunday.
Well, you wouldn't have your Crows pyjamas on while you're saying that, would you?
well, Jimmy, them there
How did
fighting
you know?
words, mate.
I didn't know this was a Zoom call.
Well, off a 122-point win, Texas 10, they've had the bye. Thilthorpe can take care of more. No to Goey. I think you'll find Keys will go to
Dacos.
young
Nick.
Dacos. I reckon they're starting to be one-trick ponies, Collingwood, and I reckon if they've got a team that's got a plan and can execute it for 4 quarters, happy days, Jimmy.
No, I think that's how they can win. And the other thing for me is, and it's probably another step for their development, the big fella taking the centre bounce is Big Riley O'Brien. He's magnificent in his workload. But I think now the next step for him, he's got to start asking the opposition rucks and the opposition's backline some more questions. So when he takes the ruck contest, I think he can challenge sides a bit better by getting ahead of the footy. And then that forces a real issue for the likes of Collingwood forward of the ball. So when the game slows down, free kick, centre wing, because he's got the aerobic power, push forward and ask, Darcy Cameron to come with you and go in a marking contest. Try and hit the scoreboard a bit more, big fella. And then late in game, he can always drop behind the footy. But I think that's the next step for him, because he's certainly got the physical attributes, and we know he's super consistent.
Hey, Jimmy, I sit on the dark side of Adelaide, and Matthew Richardson, your counterpart, he actually made this comment about Port Adelaide. Just have a listen.
I think they may have just, if not bobbed ahead, definitely drawn level with Collingwood as premiership favourites. In fact, 11 games in a row, I'm going to say I think they are.
Ooh. Is there any substance to that, you think, Jimmy?
Yeah, I think they're properly in the conversation. I think we're all just waiting with Port Adelaide. We know that they've been a pretty damn good regular season side. I've seen them start the year 8-3 under Ken. I think the big shift for me is since that game where they got beaten by Collingwood at the MCG, they haven't gone with the same tried and true structure. So Burn Jones was flirted with as a forward now, is pretty much a full-time forward. Powell Pepper's form as a forward has been really good. Willem Drew takes the best. But what I like as well is Williams behind the ball, Farrell behind the ball, and McKenzie behind the ball. You've got some, and obviously you can play wing and behind the ball. You actually now have got some really good attack and kicking power from behind the footy. And I felt like against Collingwood, when Aliir, Big Jonas, and sometimes Burton falls into this trap, they don't get involved in the attacking part of the game. And you just can't do that in today's footy. You can't have 3 guys not join in attack. So Aliir's busy trying to intercept the ball and the opposition's taking him away. But he can still do that job. But now you've got some dynamic players who can really launch you out of the back 50.
Hey, the 4-week bye. I don't know if you're a fan. Some people are saying just everybody have a week off, but does 2 weeks, does that fit it? It just seems like it goes on forever.
It does. But I've been involved in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and there's the people who like 4 weeks complain about 3 weeks, and the people who like 3 weeks complain about 4 weeks. So I think it's one of those ones where we'll never get a perfect resolution.
Yeah.
I remember going, I think one year where I played where every team apart from, I think, Sydney and Collingwood had the bye, and it was a standalone game, which was a big success for the Swans up there when they played it at the Olympic Stadium. So, I don't know what the perfect answer is, because we've got that bye at the end of the year as well. So, look, I'm pretty comfortable for whatever the majority feels is the best way to go about it.
Now, come on, Jimmy, any word from AFL House, that GM role? It's lingering on. I've had a gutful. I need someone in there with some, coolions to make some decisions.
Some cojones.
Yeah.
No more word.
Okay.
More word going on there. I'm sure you guys will be the fit people to know.
Done. Jimmy, I'll take that. I'll take that.
Happy to anoint you.
There you go. Hey, as always, Jimmy, great to have a chat. We love your footy brain. We love picking it. Have a good weekend.
Thanks, guys. Enjoy the footy.
Yeah, he is a Geelong great. He is an AFL great. He's a Brownlow medalist. Done it all.
Got a great footy brain.
He has. We needed an AFL House. 3AWs, Jimmy Bartell.
Wonderful to have him on the program. We'll have Terry McAuliffe after the break, but first your traffic.
At Hindmarsh, there's a crash, Port Road near South Road. Parafield, crash there too, Kings Road near Lockheed Lane. While at Hawthorne Dean, urgent electricity works on Main Road near East Terrace. Paynham, urgent tree removal works after the storms last night, Portrush Road near Harcourt Road. And look out for cameras on the drive home, Raglan Avenue, Edwardstown, and Research Road at Paraka. The Solitaire Volkswagen sale event is now on. Save thousands off the entire range of new and demo vehicles. Hurry, ends June 30, Solitaire Volkswagen DL 65541. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show. SA footy legend Graham Corns joins the 5AA Sports Show. Monday arvos from 5. Thanks to BL Shipway, a South Australian institution looking after SA's hydraulic and pneumatic needs for over 70 years.
When you build with Lamar Homes, you better start planning your housewarming. It'll be here before you know it. Lamar Homes have the advantage of moving a lot faster, so it could be a matter of months before you move in, not years. Plus, right now, Lamar Homes is throwing in $35,000 for your concreting, landscaping and fencing. $35,000 of extras and move in way sooner? Absolutely. T's and C's apply. lamarhomes.com.au. Here today, home tomorrow. Sooner.
Steinborner Automotive in Gawler, Barossa and Clare has always been well worth the trip, especially with their end of financial year sale on all new, used and demo cars. There's over 120 commercials in stock of all makes and models, with the balance of factory warranty on selected models ready for delivery. Plus, they're offering an additional $1,500 trade-in bonus on all trade-ins. Head to one of Steinborner's 8 locations or visit steinborner.com.au. Steinborner Automotive. It's well worth the trip.
It is 11 minutes to 6. We've all got our favourites in life. There's no secret. One of mine is the Barossa region, but more importantly, Rusden Wines. Known the boys for years. My old faithful, the go-to's the Black Gut, Shiraz.
You love it.
It is just epic. Brilliant. Wins awards. Magnificent. What's yours?
I was there 2 weeks ago. I got another little couple
Boundaries?
of bottles of Boundaries, and I bought some Rippet Creek
You
and
like the
some
Rippet
Good
Creek?
Shepherd as well. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of lovely wines you can experience there.
Look, you can. It's quality wines, trust me. You won't be disappointed. They are a 7-generation grape-growing family. They love the region. They love their reds. And it is red season, which means...
Oh, yeah.
Footy season, which means Rusden Wines. Check out rusdenwines.com.au.
The river is calling you. See the magic of our mighty Murray this winter and discover its many spectacular experiences. From jaw-dropping landscapes, breathtaking river cruises, secluded canoe adventures, tasteful winery and distillery tours, to nestling in nature. There's never been a better time to visit our river regions. Plan your winter river revival trip and rise up for our river at southaustralia.com/river revival.
Hello there. I'm a tasty Aldi Atlantic salmon fish cake, now only $4.99 for a 2-pack. And I've got a saucy little secret. I am full of hollandaise style sauce. Oh, I'm so saucy. I shouldn't have said that. This isn't on air, is it? Oh no. Aldi. Good. Different.
Is there anything more comforting than slipping under a wonderful wool quilt? Mini Jumbuck has been making Australia's favourite wool bedding products for over 45 years. And with wool's excellent natural temperature regulating properties, you can enjoy them all year round. And with factory direct pricing, you'll be tempted by our pillows, protectors, Ugg boots and comfy wool clothing too. For wonderful woolen comfort this winter and all year round, choose Mini Jumbuck, Australia's favourite wool bedding products for over 45 years. Open 7 days in McLaren Vale.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
9 minutes to 6. We'll head to Marvel Stadium very shortly for Friday night football. The Saints up against the Brisbane Lions tonight from 6. And Gary Rowan has been the talk of the town today after last night's his hit on his own teammate Jeremy Cameron. The MRO report has just come out. Surprise, surprise, he has not been cited, which is only going to add a little bit of extra conversation this weekend.
Oh, yeah, but it couldn't have been.
It couldn't have
Surely that would have been ridiculous. I'll tell you what, we're going to go to almost a certainty now. Almost a certainty to get a winner. Let's go to racing.com's Terry McAuliffe. Terry, have I got a story for you?
Okay, well, I was going to say, if you've got a winner, it might well be you, Tim. You were on the money last week, mate, with Jacks on Ice.
Well, and so were you. So after the segment, on the Saturday, I was working on the sample production at Elizabeth, and I got this message saying, "Thanks, Timmy." And I went, "Oh, yeah, what's going on?" And then I looked a bit deeper. He's back jaw 2, which I know Pudding was one of them, into the other one.
The first one, I think, ran a place, didn't it, in race 1? That was my each-way bet, McCain.
What was the one that won then?
Yeah, Pudding was the one that won.
Right,
yeah.
So that wins. And then he said, "I just threw in Jacks on Ice because you said it." And he won $1,195.
Happy days.
And he didn't even blow me a kiss. Nothing. Not a thing. I couldn't believe it. But the irony of that was I didn't have time. I said I didn't even get on. Which is always the way, Terry, isn't it? Always the way.
Absolutely.
What do you got for us tomorrow, mate?
Well, look, Metro Legend was good to us 2 weeks ago, Timmy, so we might stick with him. Race 5, number 4 is the best on the program. Aaron Baines got his team going well, and I think this horse will be hard to beat again tomorrow. So I've got to say, too, though, it's a very heavy track tomorrow. They had 36 mils of rain at Morphettville in the big deluge yesterday and overnight, so it's going to be a very, very testing track tomorrow. But race 5, number 4, Metro Legend, I thought was the best on the program. And a couple of a bit better value. Race 7, I've got a feeling 4 Danish Fortune is going to run a really good race here first up tomorrow. And in the last race 9, I do like Melanon Club as a very strong each-way chance. So best Metro Legend in race 5, Danish Fortune at good value in race 7, and something on Melanon Club in the last.
So how much do you think it'll affect it if it gets to a heavy track? It's saying soft 6 today, but if it gets
it's a heavy 9 already.
It's a heavy 9 already.
I'm just looking at the track upgrade.
Wow.
So it's officially a downgrade. Yeah, it's a heavy 9.
Yeah, wow. So does anything that you can look at the form guide here and go, yeah, that's a mudlark. That loves it.
Yeah, no, you can generally find 1 or 2 that are absolute swimmers. I'll give you an example. The distance race there tomorrow, which is race number 6 on the program. There's a couple there. Muntham Missile number 4, which won the Apsley Cup last start at Casterton, and Golly Otis actually ran second to it. They're both trained down at Mount Gambier, so not surprisingly, they like wet tracks. They probably get plenty of wet weather down there, but they'll both run really well in race 6, numbers 4 and 6.
Tez, I've got a Unique Homestyle Foods text here. Tim and Rowey, please ask Terry at Morphettville tomorrow. The track will be a heavy 9, more rain overnight. Expect to definitely back the long shots, the Mudlarks. Race 5 is number 7, each way a good bet. That's Graham at Henley Beach.
Oh.
That's Arkham Knight. Yeah, trained by John McMillan. Look, he's won 5 times on soft tracks. He's won once on heavy tracks. He's had 3 runs this campaign. Not sure how well he's going. He's a bit like me. He's starting to be a bit long in the tooth. He's been a good horse. He's won over $400,000, but he's a 9-year-old, so he's going to be 10 on August 1, Rowey. Like I said, he's getting a bit long in the tooth.
Graham, that's code for no chance.
Well, happy birthday. Happy birthday, anyway.
Hey, Rowey, before I get Tim's best, just while I've got you, before you disappear, now, I thought I was going to be working with you next Friday night at Ruggies.
Yes, I'm so sorry, Tez.
raising money for the Hospital Research Foundation Group Palliative Care. Mark Nelson's been the driving force behind this, and they're doing a trek to Nepal now. Adam Betterman and Grant Lovelock, I thought they had you on board with Scotty Camporeale. My lad Henry's actually doing the trek this year as well, Rowey.
I've heard all that. Tez, I'm so sorry I can't. June 30th.
But Rowey, what I want to ask you, what about if I get you to donate a day's fishing with Rowey for 2 to come with you, and I'll auction it off next Friday night? I reckon we'll get some good bucks for that, even without you there, mate.
Done.
Can we do that?
Oh, well, how can I say no?
and not damage his perfect image.
Tez, you got me. Done.
Oh, well played,
Is
Terry.
that all right?
Oh, of course it is, mate. You know.
Hey,
all right, mate.
Terry, of course, Royal Ascot been happening, and the King himself got a bit emotional.
He did. He actually had a winner. Fantastic. His first winner at Royal Ascot overnight. So I've been watching a little bit of it, but I've got to admit, boys, I've been absolutely starved of sleep the last week with the cricket, a bit of Royal Ascot. So I've been trying to catch up a little bit the last couple of nights. So
all right. Now, Tez, before we let you go, just quickly, you want to do your tip, do you, Timmy?
Yeah.
Because I'll have the last
I
say.
want Timmy's best.
Race 1, number 4, Cool the Jets.
No
Cool
chance.
the Jets.
Yeah.
Peter and Belinda Blanche, Dominic Tourneur. It's got a good chance.
Tez, you can have the last say.
Yeah.
Do you wear jeans with sneakers?
Guilty.
Yeah! What a way to finish.
I saw the photos, but I'm guilty as well.
You're guilty.
Thanks,
What a victory.
Tez. Hey, Tez, give us a call about that. We'll get that all organised,
Thanks,
mate.
buddy.
I'm so sorry I can't join with you because Macca was going to come as well, but yeah, well done.
Look, if you can do that for us, Rowey, that'll be fantastic, mate. We'll get good bucks for that.
Adam Betterman's an absolute ripper, family friend of ours. So, no, all done. Thanks, Tez.
Thanks, mate.
Wonderful work. 3 minutes to 6, time for us to disappear. And Tim, you're on leave for the next week.
I am.
Or 2.
Yeah,
so
2 weeks. So, yes, the mid-season break for me. So, thank you very much.
So you'll sub out. Warren Treadray will jump into your chair from next week on Monday.
and I'll be back July 10.
Wonderful work.
Just for all those people who were concerned.
Well, I might not be. The way the listeners have potted me on here, Timmy.
It's been a brutal
It
afternoon.
could end up the Treadray Timmy show.
No, I don't think so.
No.
Juniper,
I don't think Crows fans will allow it. Let's start with
Juniper
that.
and Treaders.
Juniper.
The Juniper show.
No.
Well done, Timmy.
yeah.
Well, I'll
Thanks,
miss you,
mate.
mate. Well done.
Off to the footy next. Marvel Stadium. Saints and Brisbane. Have a great weekend.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
Now's the time for Barbie to hit our screens. GQ talks to her beach-loving boyfriend